Welcome, everybody, to the WO radio show tonight. You see, Justin's not here right now. I'm stepping in, but Richie's here and everything. So, how you doing?
All right, brother. Again, welcome, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We're flying without Justin now. He might pop in. He might even like a bad habit. You know what I'm saying? He pops up in and out. You don't know what to do with Justin. Got a couple interesting topics tonight. Some things we want to take care of. Waiting on our sound guy. Woo-hoo. Sound guy. We ain't got no sound on my board over there. Anyway, I see we got Ross Goldwyn checking in so far.
There's sound on the board.
I can't hear nothing.
You can't hear nothing. I hear it all the way through here.
I can't hear nothing.
Ooh, yeah.
There.
Nope, I still don't hear nothing.
You can't hear nothing?
I got nothing.
Maybe you're
Which
not.
mic you got me on?
Here. Your headphones probably not plugged in.
I think we got a little difficulty again. I'll try to run the. Put that on. Anyway, go on Facebook. Check us out on Facebook here on a WO Entertainment page. I'm happy to have Carl by my side today. We're going to take down the post. We got a couple of interesting events coming up. One of them we're going to talk about early, July 10th, which is Friday, coming up Friday. We're going to be at an undisclosed location, and we're going to do a little bit of investigating.
Yes, we are.
You're going to bring your team in there. Tell us a little bit about what's going to happen.
Well, we're going to bring CC Paranormal Team. I'm the founder of the team. I've got 4 members of the team coming in. I have 2 special members of another team coming in from Kansas that night. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to show you how we use some of our equipment, what we can find. It's just going to be an awesome night.
I'm going to be there. My wife's coming. My daughter's some say she's a medium. I think she's nuts, but some say she's medium.
Yeah, she uses a pendulum.
Yeah,
right.
She does that. So I'm going to be there. And my wife, she's going to make sure that I behave, is what she says.
Yeah.
So we're going to see about that. But we're not going to tell you where we're going to be. I mean, if you're a fan, you probably already know. Already got it figured out. But we're not going to tell everybody over here. We'll wait till you tune in. Share out the show. Want to get these shares up tonight. We're going to be talking about lots of things. And
let me play that little movie video we made up for the investigation.
Justin's son, Carl, looks like grumpy bit. Hey, go ahead. For some reason, I can't share on here. It's not playing?
No.
Share it out, guys. I'm having trouble. I can't share for some reason.
Okay. That won't play.
Oh, no.
So, okay.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, share all this out. Like we said, Friday night, starting between 7 and 8 o'clock, we're going to be live on the WO Entertainment Facebook page and YouTube channel. Off and on all night long, we're going to be live. We're going to try to stay live most of the night.
We're going to try to also have different people, if we can, get an interview from different people who are visiting, different people, part of your team, whoever, just get them behind and give them a little time and explain what they're doing, what they're trying to do. Because you got different people doing different things on this thing. Yeah. So kind of want to get their perspective, what's going on. If you're a skeptic, watch. If you're a non-skeptic, you want to have fun, watch. Like Carl already knows, I'm a skeptic, and I'm going to be there. What you do, you try to get through the BS on some of your
right.
If somebody says they see something, you're like, let me go in and check.
Look at it close and make sure there wasn't a lighting issue with it, a reflection issue, stuff like that. Or they see a door open, go over and check the door to see if it was latched correctly. That's what we found on 2 of the doors upstairs today. Right. You just barely move it like that. The little latch thing falls down, the door opens up all by itself. Right.
So anyway, we're going to be getting that, and we'll talk more about that later on. Justin's, he leaves a message. He says, "Hey, bro, y'all sound good from what I can hear. My internet isn't letting me watch. Really, it's super choppy. May I suggest
That's
you?
on his end.
Yeah, it's on your end. You might want to buy a new computer.
Switch to cricket.
Switch to cricket.
Yeah. get him in
Hey,
there
just
and
a
do
heads
that.
up. Whenever you play a video, you guys might want to remove your headphones a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it goes really hot through here whenever you play a video.
Right.
Well, it did. Yeah, it did last time. I don't know if it's
It
still
did earlier.
Did it?
The voice you hear is Jeff Onyx, our sound guy. Well, shout out to some of our sponsors, the ones I can remember. Muddy Ridge Outdoors, Weasel. And by the way, go to Muddy Ridge Outdoors. Scroll down in a minute. We got the hunting giveaway, the Veterans Hunt giveaway. You got to like it. You got to like Redneck Pimp page and then submit a name. And in September 22nd, we're going to be pulling the name, get everybody set up for the show. All right. You will be provided, if you win, you'll be provided a crossbow, a night's lodging. Okay. You must provide your ticket. But go look at the rules and check it out. We got all these periods you see.
Okay.
Justice for Leah, which is about to start, by the way. That trial's finally about to get underway. Can't wait. We're counting down. I see Comedy Vets up there. Lutz Construction. And we do have a DIY tonight.
Yes.
The first one is Misfits.
And absolutely miss, and we'll get to that second. Let's Construction for all your do's and don'ts, and a lot of you got some don'ts that don't need to be done. Misfits. First of all, Carl, you were there. What an outstanding show!
It was. I mean,
And
unexpectedly, we went down there, right?
Mhm.
We didn't know it was going to be filled with bikers.
right, that was a gift
Yeah.
because performing for bikers is a lot different than it is a regular comedy sit down in the crowd. It was wonderful, man. The owner and her partner were there. What just an awesome bunch of people.
It was her birthday.
Yeah, her birthday. And she wrote a nice piece on us and said, "We are coming back." She announced on her own webpage,
Mm-hmm.
the home of Warrior Fest 2020.
Yeah.
So, I mean, guys, if you're ever in Blue Springs, Missouri, and you want to have a good time, take your ass into Blue Spring or take your ass into Misfits Bar and Grill and get it on. They were nice to Carl. They gave Carl his own little area right over there behind their sound guy, which we got our own sound guy coming up from November.
That's a nice little place.
It is. It's awesome. Play stage right. It don't need to be so loud though. Only complaint that we had, the band
sound.
was just too
The
loud.
sound.
Yeah, because it's such a small place.
It
That's
is.
what we had last
Yeah,
time.
It's just too
During
loud.
Warrior Fest, so people were saying it was too loud.
Right. But she loved the comedian. She laughed her ass off. She couldn't get a smile to her face. She thought Carl was very respectful. Justin and I were very respectful. I don't know
I like that little
what she's seen, but anyway.
backstage.
You remember the
Yes.
I like the little backstage area
And
where
the downstairs.
you could like store stuff back over there
Right.
without getting on the stage or whatever.
Right.
the biker that was running around with the eye patch on?
Right.
You remember seeing him? That's Emily on our team. That's her dad.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know that until I was going back through the pictures.
And I want to take a somber second for guys. We're up to 4 to share this show. I want to give a somber moment here. I want to say rest in peace.
Somber.
I'll say rest in peace to Charlie Daniels. 83 years old. He died. Was not of COVID. Okay. Coronavirus did not take him. He was 83 years old. Those you don't know, I don't know how you don't know, but those you don't know Charlie Daniels, one of his biggest hit songs was The Devil Went Down to Georgia, which has been spun into numerous other parodies. So anyway, rest in peace, Charles. You were a productive member of society when you were here. That's all anybody can really say about somebody else, if they're a productive member or not. So
I mean, yeah, that man's going to be missed greatly, especially in the country music world, playing that fiddle. Oh,
yeah, I would tell you what, a lot of people, they don't listen to country, they don't listen to rock because of certain things. But if you take music, just for what they are, and people's individual talents, I'm not sure there's a whole lot of people that play a fiddle better than he.
yeah, you're exactly right.
I don't know. That man could play, like Phil Collins. He could play 7 or 8 different instruments.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I see Mickey Severance. Thank you, Mickey, for joining in. Mary Hermanza, she was at the first Warrior Fest, the very first Warrior Fest we ever had. Bring her ass back to the next one. Snodgrass, he's in there. He's probably in between his NyQuil doses. Dean Cerny, buddy. Dean Cerny, by the way, those of you who watch the shows, Dean Cerny watches every freaking show about veterans there are to watch. He's on our network. He's on VRS network. He watches everything. So thank you, Dean, for being such a loyal fan.
And a shout out to the Beard BQ barbecue sauce.
Yes.
On
Yes.
VRS.
Felix Urban. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
He got his logo up there. Take a good look at that logo. That's
And
a cool ass logo, by the way.
Yeah, yeah. And the website there, go check the products out. They're not expensive at all.
No,
Me
No.
and Richie was talking to him one day, and I mean, I was blown away with the prices. Actually,
I was still. I thought he was gonna hit me some ungodly price, and he
yeah, I
didn't.
figured it was going to be $19, $20, $24. You know.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
And you can use it on anything. And by the way, he donated to the mystery box.
Yes, that's right.
So I'm not gonna tell you what's in it. You probably got a pretty good idea, but
Yeah.
everything he donated went right in the mystery box.
Beard
So,
wax?
Could
Is there
be,
beard wax?
could be
in it?
barbecue beard wax. I don't know.
Beard wax.
I'm not allowed to give it up.
Molasses
be
based
rub.
beard wax.
I'm not allowed to give it up. But so anyway, he's a donator. We appreciate it. I take your mystery box. All right, Carl, how was your week?
My week has been busy. I just bought another vehicle, Subaru, and pulling transmission out of it, putting a new clutch and pressure plate in it.
Oh,
It's been quite the deal.
yeah.
And hot.
Yeah, well, you be doing work at night. That's what you be doing.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Jeff, how was your weekend?
My weekend was fabulous. I got sunburned.
Oh, I'm
Sunburned.
not quite sure. It's fabulous, but I don't burn, so I don't know.
Fabulous.
Okay.
Sunburned. It
Okay.
makes me feel alive.
My weekend,
Burning.
went pretty good. I went to one of my vehicles my grandkids got. It's an electric vehicle, and they only had it since April. The damn shifter broke off this thing. Okay, I tried to glue it and put a screw down through it, and I think I hindered it worse by putting a screw down through it. But so I took it to a friend of mine who West Side Mechanic Shop in Hamilton, Missouri. Great people. They can make anything. He said, "Well, I can fix it." I said, "Good, quote me a price." He goes, "Well, I'm afraid to quote you a price because I'm afraid we won't be friends anymore." I said, "Well, man, how much?" He said, "About $225 to build you a brand new piece." Oh, yeah, I got just barely a little bit more than that in the whole car. So I said, "Well, thank you, sir." I called the manufacturer, and they said, "Yeah, we'll send you one on the way." I said, "Well, how much does it cost?" They said, "Oh, well, you're under warranty." I was like, "Sweet, sweet." So I got that coming. Grandkids are happy. So that's where we're at. So
What'd you find out with your mule?
I'm needing somebody to. It's a piece. I need to put a new PCV valve in it, but I don't know where it is. I don't know where to look at. I'm not a mechanic by any means. I don't even play one. But if I knew where it was, what it looked like, I could get another one and fix that myself. Those are simple things.
Google.
I put new heads and new valve covers and valve cover gaskets on myself, and they don't leak. So
Look it
now
up
Google.
on YouTube.
Hey, every time I Google
Yeah,
something,
YouTube.
every time I Google or YouTube it takes me long. It's not. You can't find it on there. It really can't.
You find stuff that has nothing to do with
That's
what you're looking
absolutely nothing, dude. That's not. I'll tell you how to change it. It said to change a PCV valve in your Ferrari. Please, Ferrari. How the hell can you mistake a Kawasaki Mule with a freaking Ferrari? You know. Anyway. So anyway, other than that, we got a funeral coming up. The lady, one of my wife's best friends, they used to work together at the veterans home. She lost her grandson and her great grandson to CO2 poisoning.
Oh my!
They thought they was in a car. They thought they had enough ventilation, but as you know, that's a silent. They don't call it a silent killer for nothing. You know, it's a silent killer. So
Is that better?
So I
Yeah,
made
you can actually move it so when you're looking at him, it's on the other side. Yeah.
I made a nice wood cedar cross for him, and I delivered today. He come and got a beautiful wood cedar cross, and so I'm gonna go to a funeral and then go put on the show Saturday. They're both. So I'm gonna have.
But out
Saturday.
of all the ways to go, that's not a very bad way to go.
What's that? No, just go to sleep.
You just go to sleep.
Yeah. I guess if there's a positive way to die,
Yeah.
you know,
There you go.
sleeping. Be my luck. I mean, I want to die in my sleep, but be my damn luck. I'll have some weird.
You have a nightmare.
No, it'd be some weird, like I stubbed my toe on a tire, tripped and fell, and somebody hit me, or something.
Like Billy Mays.
Yeah, just
He
some.
bumped his head on the airplane and then died of a hemorrhage.
Yeah, it's just some silly shit like that, or popping the pop tab off a pop and a choke on it because it bounces on. So that'd be the way I go.
You ever watch
Oh,
that
I
show, Shouldn't Be Alive? My wife watches that all the time. And I'm like, why are you watching this? She goes, well, it gives me all the options of, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
whatever.
Forensic files and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, whatever. I wouldn't want to watch that.
But yeah.
John, how you doing? John Werthoff, he's in here. Thanks for joining us, buddy. Share the show, guys. For some reason, and maybe one of you technical gurus can figure this out. I can't share the show. I can't. I hit share and it says copy link. It doesn't give me an option to share anymore. Why that is, I don't know.
Copy the link
Yeah, it goes right to there.
and
Copy
then
link.
paste it to your wall.
But I've never had to do it before. It gave me all these options to
You should be able to share it straight out.
share it straight out and everything like that. I can't. Won't let me do that anymore. It's pissing me off. So,
Justin says you have a big ass head.
Yeah, I look like the grumpy vet right here.
Yeah.
the boss has got us on a 60-inch TV.
Oh, is that what he's got us on?
Yeah, he's on 16 TV. No wonder you got a head of a bastard hog.
Yeah.
But all right, let's get into one of our topics right now. Jeff, I want to let you since this is partially your topic, half it's yours and half it's ours. I'm gonna lay this out, and then we'll start with Jeff for a reason. Which gun and ammo? Okay.
Well, we'll start with gun first.
All right, which gun would be a better conceal and carry gun in y'all's opinion? Okay.
Like not specifically, but like caliber and
Caliber,
make and model,
gun,
whatever.
yeah, just whatever fits you. I want to hear what you. All right, Jeff.
I carry a Sky CPX2, 9mm, double action only, double stack. Yeah.
Okay.
Because it has
Double stack. When he says double stack, I'm thinking of pancakes.
because it doesn't have it doesn't have a safety and has a really long, hard pull on the
Right.
trigger. And with my my nerve stuff that I've got with my hand, I wanted something I can't accidentally fire. Like
Right.
you have to deliberately pull the trigger on this thing.
Mhm.
Right.
You can't just accidentally have it go off. I've seen people do that.
Yeah, I have too.
They pull it out and they're like, "Here, look at my gun." It's like, dude, you just shot your wall and your TV. Why are you doing that?
And good luck paying for that, dummy.
Yeah.
So 9mm your caliber.
Yeah, 9.
What kind of bullet you like?
Well, I carry my main bullet is a hollow point. That's what I carry locked and loaded all the time. And then my secondary, because I always carry extra magazines, my secondary magazine is full metal.
Okay. John Woodtarf, he said he likes a Colt Commander 45 ACP.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's his caliber. Carl?
Me, myself, 9mm,
Okay.
hollow point in it. And just like Jeff said, carry another magazine. It's got full metal.
Nice. I carry, Jeff, as you know, I got quite a few guns. I carry a different one all the time. 22, long. I got a Buckmaster or a Buckmark, the one of the most accurate there is. People are like, well, I don't have enough stopping power. I hit him in the neck or the head. It does just fine.
Mhm.
But if I know some shit was going to kick off, then I got an American Tactical 1911 45 ACP.
Ooh.
Just the fact when you pull that gun out, people are like, you know what?
Mhm.
Maybe we have a different opinion. I'll go stand over here. Okay.
That's right.
And because that caliber is big enough that you can shoot somebody in the toe and they bleed to death and die. Okay. So that's what I carry. Now, I don't care if you carry them on your side or you carry them inside. To me, my dad loves hiding them. I like having them out where people can see them.
Mhm.
The reason I believe this is because if somebody sees it, they're like, hey.
Yeah, less likely to do something. Well, I know people that shoulder carry, they have a shoulder harness and they shoulder
Right.
carry.
And I own one.
I
Right.
know people that cross draw shoulder carry
Mhm.
and same side draw shoulder
Right.
carry, which is weird
Right.
seeing somebody draw like that.
Right.
I've seen people cross draw on the hip,
My dad's a fan of
straight
it.
draw on the hip.
My dad loves a pocket or he loves the shoulder harness. Okay,
Yeah.
I own a shoulder harness. It's a pain in my damn ass. Slapping you running around like that. I like it right here on my hip. He likes to surprise somebody. I like to be able to show him. However, my way, people get offended by it.
Oh yeah.
People get scared. He's got a gun.
He's got God.
I got a.
Mama, please help me.
There's other things that be big too. So what?
Yeah.
So,
Well, and if you hip carry or shoulder carry, you can conceal it pretty well or open carry. Either way, like I hip carry,
Mhm.
and it's pretty much open carry. But if I'm wearing a long enough shirt, you'd never even see it.
Justin chimed in again. He said, "I like 40 cal 9mm, or I like 40 cal 9mm is for girls like Jeff." So,
Well, I've seen like some people they use a 380 or
well, 380.
Or-
Isn't he coming up?
the most dangerous.
He's all right.
Did you know the most dangerous
Oh.
handgun, like that kills the most people every year, is a 22?
22. That's
'Cause
what
the
guns
bullet-
assassins use it too.
The bullets bounce around in there and they hit the
And
cartilage and
it
bone.
could be mistaken for car backfire, and no one really pays attention.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's easier. You can muzzle one quicker, but that's a preferred weapon of assassins, especially up close.
Yeah.
So in 22, you can put a lot down range with it. It's one of the most accurate weapons there are still to this day. So conceal, one of those two, whichever one I got in my truck at the time. I like to rotate them around and clean them up. My favorite bullet. I'm a big time hunter, so I'm not a huge fan of the ball round. The perfect round one. Don't get me wrong, putting them in human beings like using a slug.
Right.
It'll tear them up. But I like it more of a hunting type round, or maybe a hollow point. I like hollow points, but I like more of a tip to mine, more like a hunting round, like a tip, so I can go game hunting with it. Because in the end, I'm a hunter. That's what I want all my rounds the same. So I grab them. I don't have to switch them around, like that.
Yeah, I know a guy that actually every third round he has a tracer.
That's cool though.
You have a tracer rounds in your concealed carry? Man, you don't practice with them or anything like that. You just carry them.
It'd be too expensive, but we did that in the service. About every 7th round was was a tracer.
Well, when you got a 10 round magazine, you get a 10 plus 1 going on. You'd want to have not every 7th one, or it'd only be one in there.
I see a couple more people. April Miller showed up here. Denise Proudmore. Thank you guys. Share the show out, please.
But that was what I was wondering, what people use as their primary bullet loaded in their concealed carry handgun or concealed carry weapon, because different people have different opinions on what should be the main bullet in there.
What do you think, Earl?
Well, he and I both have the same view on it. It's hollow point first, and then you follow it up with the full metals, but other people don't. We
got someone. April Miller says we got.
April
echo.
Says we have an echo.
No, we don't have an echo.
We don't hear it on our end, April.
Yeah,
no,
we don't.
Normally we can't. We can hear it if they say it. But,
okay.
So what round do you like?
I'm like you. I want the hollow point and everything. You can use it in your hunting aspect. Hollow point, you take down a deer, no problem.
Yeah.
And everything. If it can take down a 200-pound deer, it's going to take down a human being.
Yeah.
And everything. So hollow point all the way around. Now, the bad people out here aren't going to try to use the hollow point, because it flattens out immediately on a bulletproof vest.
Yeah.
They're going to go for full steel, full metal jacket.
Or ball round kind of.
Yeah.
I've even seen those. They've got some rounds that they're sort of like a.
The boss is checking in. She says she don't hear it.
Sort of like a hollow point, but it shatters on impact. It like spreads out into multiple, like basically fragments.
Right.
Out. I don't know about that one. It's kind of expensive to get those.
Justin says he always has a strong side hip carry when he carries. My wife's in here, the boss. She said she don't hear the echo. Daryl went. Hey, you're almost. He's almost got it set when we come on. Oh, Daryl.
He's only 24 minutes behind.
24 minutes behind this time. Thanks for joining, brother. Share us out, everybody. Shelly, if you're listening, share us out. For some reason, it won't let me share on here the show, so just share it out through our platform, if you will. Thank you.
I think she already did.
If you had to a go-to gun, not the one on your hip, but if you could walk in, if someone would buy you a gun and say you get to choose, and give you three magazines and put rounds in them, what would you choose? The gun and the rounds.
Handgun or long gun?
Anyone you want. They're paying for it. Anyone you want.
So it could be a long gun too.
That's any gun, yeah.
Oh, probably an AK.
You want an AK?
Yeah.
And I suppose you want hollow points with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. AK
right.
hollow points.
Carl?
AR-15 with 308 caliber.
So you want a 308 platform?
Mm-hmm.
One gun. I got quite a few nice guns. But if somebody, I'd want a Mark 19.
You think
an
so?
automatic grenade launcher.
Yeah.
If they're paying for it,
you pay for
and
it.
give me X amount,
Give you extra ones, yeah.
and because I remember in the Marine Corps, I was fascinated seeing this gun go off, right? So I got in there, I said, I shot it. Raised my hand, said, I think this thing's broken. He goes, wait for it. wait for it, and then there's like, dude,
Yeah, way
yeah,
down there.
way down there, and the tree fell over, and the tank flipped. It was awesome. So
We felled a
ever
tree
since then.
with an AK once. We cut down a tree with an AK.
that's a waste of too many rounds.
Well, we were practicing. It just so happened that the target was up against the tree, and the tree went over. You know, for my birthday, I got that lever action Browning 22.
Yeah, that's a very nice gun.
I wanted that one for a long
A
time.
very nice gun. I've seen it. It's a very nice gun. I know some people that would beat you up and take it from you if you know.
I'd beat myself up and take it.
Justin likes hydroshock ammo. It's what he used to carry. Then again, he carried a 40 cal with the Glock 35. So,
What do you practice with? I use it like Federal or something cheap.
well, Federal. I used to practice. When I do a lot of shooting. Me and my dad, as you know, we do a lot of shooting. Federal jams too much.
Well, it depends on
great,
what you're running.
They're great
it through.
22s.
Yeah.
I mean, they jam on 22s. Some I make. But there's nothing wrong with Winchester, Remington. If you're just plunking, that's the round.
Yeah, Winchester.
You know,
yeah.
CCI a little more expensive. I like the hunt with those. I like Stinger rounds for 22. But if I'm going to buy rounds to hunt with, I'll go Hornady.
Yeah.
Hornady is my choice for hunting round. They're just if you shoot a deer right anyway, or any animal right anyway in a kill zone, you shouldn't have to track them very far.
Right.
But Hornady it takes care of the problem.
Yeah.
It does. And I don't believe in killing just to kill. So
No.
I try to, if there's you hear a lot of humane way to kill an animal, heart shot it, what I'm saying? Get in the kill zone. So that's what we do.
It's not the ammo. It depends on what the gun actually wants to eat. See, that's why I was saying what you're running it through, because like our AK runs better running Federal through it rather than like Winchester or whatever.
Right.
Well, it depends on the AK. The handgun AK is better with the Winchester. The rifle AKs run better with the Federal.
Yeah. Well, have you seen, by the way, kind of postscript here? You like that word postscript? I learned that a while ago.
All right.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. Stepping up in the game. The Missouri Handbook. Have you seen the damn hunting thing? You get at Walmart, the little booklet. Used to be 12 pages long.
Yeah.
The son of a bitch is 80 pages.
I know.
And they changed a lot of the rules. Now, if you don't have at least 20 consecutive acres, you can't get a farm tag anymore.
Right.
So I'm afraid this year I'm gonna have to pull some rank. Say, hey, look, I'm native, buddy.
You grandfathered in.
I'm just gonna shoot what the hell I want to shoot and whatever.
Mhm.
But they got so many rules. You got elk now, but it's $50 for an elk tag, and you got to be in the drawing to get an elk.
Yeah.
And it's too late now. If you're in the drawing,
Yeah.
now you can do it.
But
So
say you got 1,000 people would enter it. They're only going to give out, what is it, 50, five tags?
5 tags. There's 5 tags in position.
You don't get your money back.
No, you don't. It's a pool. It's
Right.
kind of gambling. However, that's good that the elk is getting big enough now that they're starting to do that. And so now I'm gonna,
That's like a raffle. That's like a
It is.
raffle.
It's a legal raffle.
It's a legal raffle, what they do, because we only got, what is there, 75 or 80 of them down there now?
But if you're shooting something
No,
on
I
your
don't
own,
even think how much too. I heard numbers like 200, maybe. That's about it.
but if you're shooting something on your own property, who's gonna know?
Well, see, that's the
What,
thing.
they got like trackers on them or some junk?
No, well, some of them do. Yes.
Some of them do.
However, there's landowners. There's a gray area there. Landowners have all the rights. It's their property. Okay. I know a guy one time they gave him a ticket. He went to court and said the deer was trespassing.
Yeah.
He said, I shoot trespassers. Sign out front. I'm thinking he ain't gonna work. Judge said, case dismissed.
Mhm.
If I'd have said that, he'd be like,
Yeah.
come on. So, but it's a gray area. Like conservation really can't drive on your land unless they ask you to
Right.
drive on land. They can walk on it, but I mean, trespass still trespass. So it's a gray area. If I see an elk on my property,
He's in my freezer.
Yeah, there was a guy walking down our
No.
creek. I'm like, get off my land. He goes, no, I'm in international waterway or whatever. I'm like, you're in my creek. He said, no, I'm in a waterway. I'm not in your land.
yeah, see, and that's tricky too. If it starts somewhere else, it's not yours.
It goes across our property line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if it goes
But
across,
it started somewhere else
Yeah.
upstream.
it does belongs to the county.
Yeah.
So, however, but if he crosses any of your land to get to that creek, then it's
He's
trespass.
trespassing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
if
if he's got to cross to get out of your land.
it's
Yeah.
trespass. So I mean, it's all funny, but it's all fun and games. But until someone gets hurt, but Anyway, that damn book, you got to reading all the rules and stuff. Who makes these freaking rules, and why don't they ask us? You know, in this day and age, why don't they ask us? We can get on here and fire police phones or a computer and vote. They want the Democrats want to vote for president.
Dude,
why can't we vote for conservation laws?
Right.
Those conservation laws are some book smart person with a college degree with a bunch of other book smart people who've never been in the woods.
Never toted a rifle.
None of that.
They don't want you to understand it that way. The game wardens have a chance to get you on something.
Yeah, in the state of Missouri, a question was asked 4 or 5 times: can you shoot a turkey with a 22 rifle? Simple question. Nowhere on the computer could I get a definitive answer. I couldn't even get a definitive answer in the book. I finally called the Missouri Conservation. He said, well, it's tricky the way it's wrote, but however, no, you can't, because it says you can't shoot anything out of a rifle that has a projectile round. I said, okay, can I shoot with a slug? He said, well, it's not really a round, is it? I said, well, it is, and it comes out of a shotgun. But I mean, who'd want to shoot a turkey with a freaking slug? You'll blow to hell, right?
Yeah.
So the answer to the question is no, but it doesn't come out and say you cannot use a 22 to hunt.
But yet you have a 22 that has pellets in it
Yes,
out
you do.
now.
410,
So can you use that?
410? Yes, as long as it's a single projectile round.
Right.
Now, they used to say you couldn't carry one with you, but where I live at, there's 3 mountain lions and a bear and some bobcats. When I go hunting, I'm going after ISIS. Okay.
Yeah.
I ain't playing.
We're prepared.
2 pistols, a shotgun, a
You
crossbow.
carry what you need to take care of it.
You know, I'm there to hunt. You know, and come back. So anyway, things are changing. It's just aggravating as shit. My poor wife, I read this damn book like 6 times. She says, won't you put that down? I said, I'm going to put it down. It's giving me carpal tunnel. This damn thing, you know. But so if we can.
You get out a highlighter like you're highlighting scripture in the Bible. You're like highlighting sections just in case you're stopped.
I get my note planner out and I write down the dates. Okay, what dates do what dates do what.
Because I know people that do that. They get the conservation department manual handbook thing, whatever, and they highlight the sections and they put little bookmark things in there just in case they're stopped by somebody. And they go, well, this is what I read, and they can pull it out.
Right. Well, you can do it on your phone now too. Now I mostly play by the rules when I hunt. Mostly.
I think you always play by the rules. For those of you who are listening from the conservation department.
No, they know me. I'm mostly. I try to all the time play by the rules. Especially when my dad comes, I'm by the rules with him when he shows up. I don't know if I'm gonna do it this year or not. I don't know if I'm gonna play by the rules or not. I don't know.
Yeah. I never drive the speed limit.
Well, there you go.
I always
Left-hand
drive
lane.
15, 20 miles under the speed limit.
See, I pretty much just went straight to using crossbow hunting all the time now.
I'm gonna do it. This is gonna be my first year to do that. So
You got a recurve or you got a compound crossbow?
Yeah, compound crossbow. Yeah.
Now, what's the difference between hunting with a crossbow as opposed to a regular bow?
A regular bows, you can multiple
Like there's
shot
certain
quick.
times of the year you're not allowed to
you can
use
shoot
a
quick.
regular bow, right?
Right. Well, crossbow is no longer considered a bow.
No.
It's its own entity.
Yeah.
Majority of the time, you get one shot with a crossbow because you got to load it, and
Cock
put
it.
up, and do all this crap.
Right.
Bow and arrow, you can be Robin Hood. You can just go quick.
Huh.
Okay. But it's a totally different thing. Usually it's on a firearm platform.
Because there's bow season.
You can use a crossbow during bow season.
You can use it during rifle
And
season.
use it during rifle season. Yeah. Because it's not shooting an arrow, it's called a bolt.
A bolt, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's different
So a
ones.
crossbow is basically a cross-platform, anytime of the year kind of
It's
thing.
the same old thing as that. What's that one thing they put out a couple of years ago that you put a stick on and
An Atlas.
an Atlas.
Mhm.
It's its own platform.
Right.
Wow.
Atlas, yeah. So, again, guys, thank y'all for tuning in. Share out the show. We got a couple topics to talk about tonight. I'm here in studio with Carl Albertson.
What about slingshot hunting?
No.
They got an adapter where you can shoot a bolt or an arrow with a slingshot.
I don't.
And you can take down a deer with it.
Google's-
I've seen people do
Yeah.
it.
Google's free. I don't think you can do that here. But
No, you
in
can't
studio
do
with
it
Carl
here.
Albertson. Carl, thanks for joining us. Justin's out sick. You guys see him comment once in a while on here.
Does he have the COVID or is he on his period?
No, I don't know. I think he stubbed his toe and got worms. I don't know, but anyway, he's watching, so pay attention. And I'm getting double pay for this too, by the way, since I'm co-hosting and hosting.
Yeah.
That's some crap. Your check's in the middle, by the way.
Okay.
So July 10th, we got the paranormal coming up. July 11th,
Hamilton Bowling Alley.
one of our last comedy shows. Apparently, I don't know.
Yeah.
freaking COVID and all this stuff. But the flyer's up there now. Take a look at it. We're going to be at the Hamilton Bowling Alley. And you're thinking, how's this going to work in a bowling alley? We did it 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It was a pretty damn good show.
And nobody bowling.
There was 4 of us
Yeah.
that did that night.
And we put a cover thing over the area where
Mhm.
you would normally stand to throw your ball down the aisle
Right,
or
'cause
the
it's slick.
lane,
'Cause it's slick.
the alley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the platform there, right between where the 2 balls come out was our little stage. Great show. They want us back in. We've been working on this. We had to postpone it once because of COVID, but she's open now. I've already talked to her. And Jeff and I might be a couple referees, maybe, or judges.
Yeah.
Might have an amateur hour there too.
Amateur
So,
hour.
Yeah, sounds great.
So anyway,
They
come
used
out.
to call it open mic, but it's technically not an open mic.
No, not technically that platform. No. So merch goes on sale at 7:00. We'll be setting up everything. We'll be testing it. You'll be there doing your thing. And 8:00 the show starts.
We got a 50-50 raffle.
50-50 raffle. We got free prize giveaway coming there.
And if you want to support,
We got 3 headliners. I mean, we're all good enough that we don't care who starts and who ends. We have 3 guys headlining that show. We're gonna be starting off with Jeff,
yeah.
then Richard Montano and myself. So it don't make a difference.
Yeah.
We've all been on the platform before. We're just gonna tell you some jokes, make it funny. It's an adult show.
But I would recommend if you want to support local comedy, not only local comedy, but also our veteran suicide prevention program,
Yes.
all that stuff, make sure you come out and buy some merch because we're missing a lot of, like, we had a lot of stuff canceled.
We had a lot.
A lot of stuff canceled.
I had at least 5, and you 6 or 7.
6 or 7,
Yeah,
yeah.
and,
A little mini tour that was canceled.
and
And all
that-
bunch of stuff.
That stuff gets in our pockets just as well. I mean, we don't get a stimulus check for from the government for what we do. So anyway, come out and support everybody. I know some local people watching. Show starts at 8:00. Be there or don't be there, I guess.
Doors open at 7. Show
Yeah, well,
starts
she's
at-
always open, so you can be there. We say it's doors open. That means we're ready for business.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll be ready for business, merch sales, questions, seating, whatever. So it'll be a free prize giveaway, 50-50 raffle, and we're gonna have a good time. Jeff Onyx, Richard Montano, and myself are the entertainment with Justin Snodgrass. He's going to be doing the MC.
Montano.
Carl here is going to be doing live feeds and
Yeah.
trying to figure out the best place to do our stuff. So
And you watch the live feed, there'll be a banner going across the bottom for if you want to make a donation, if you're able to help with the veterans and stuff. So watch us live on WO Entertainment and their YouTube page.
all right, let's get into a couple movies here.
Movie.
Jeff, we're going to go with you first.
Movie time.
Best Tom Hanks movie.
Best Tom
Yeah,
Hanks
we're
movie.
going to disagree. We already kind of prepared this thing.
Best Tom Hanks movie was Mazes and Monsters. That
Mazes
was one of
and
it. Very,
Monsters.
I think that was his first movie ever.
Right. What was it about?
It was about kids that played D&D, Dungeons and Dragons,
Okay, so it was a nerd movie.
a nerd movie.
Okay.
And one of the characters, Tom Hanks, loses his mind thinking he's still in the Dungeons and Dragons world and goes nuts basically, and multiple times tries to kill himself, and tries to kill his friends, stuff like that. So it's basically an insanity movie where Tom Hanks is insane. If you've never seen, you guys have probably seen a Tom Hanks movie where he's very emotional and crying. That was the first movie he ever cried in.
Okay. All right.
So
One of our viewers so far, Daryl, says his favorite Tom Hanks movie is The Green Mile,
Yes.
1999.
That
It's
is
a badass movie.
excellent.
wow.
And author Stephen King.
Yep.
He went totally different on that route. You expect him. The guy who wrote Pet Cemetery wrote The Green Mile. So Green Mile. That's Daryl went. So what do you got?
Saving Private Ryan.
Saving Private Ryan.
I mean, that goes back to the vets and everything there, where they got to go through and find the last son of the family to get him back home.
Yeah.
And that was World War II.
World War II.
Yeah.
Now I understand that wasn't a true story, but it was based on a true account.
Yes.
They cannot at that time they couldn't kill off a generation.
Right.
And I think that might still be rules in the military. I'm not sure about it
It
anymore.
is.
I know they got stopgap and all that crap they're trying to get rid of, but yeah. So it was kind of a Hollywood situation, but it had some real, that's
It was interesting how they had to go from troop to troop to troop and said, yeah, he's over in that one. No, he's over in this one. He's over in that one. And
They
just
didn't know
back-
where he was.
No, in the middle of a war.
Because it was chaos sometimes.
Yep, it was.
John asked producer start in either mostly start in. That's just the one where he's on camera a lot. Mine is Road to Perdition. I like Green Mile. I watch it every time it's on.
Mhm.
Big, I like Evan. Turner and Hooch because I'm a dog lover. But to me, Road to Perdition, because I'm a gangster. I love gangster movies and gangster fans. Road to Perdition to me,
What's it about?
he's a hitman for the mafia.
Oh,
His kid witnessed something, so the hitman sent his son to kill off Tom, but he missed. He hit his wife and one of his children. So he took his son and went after, started killing off the mafia leaders. Okay.
Oh.
And then he hit his son. At the end of it, they kill Tom. Tom dies in it.
I remember the remake of that,
Yeah.
John Wick.
Well, John Wick's a badass movie, but we're not talking about John Wick. Get ahead of it.
That's what that sounded like when you were telling me what it's about. It sounded
Right,
like a John Wick
Right.
thing.
And at the end of it, his son lives, and he goes and lives with those old people that he gave a bunch of money to,
Huh.
and he robs, goes to Capone and he robs banks that these gangsters own money in to get money to get their damn attention to come after him and stuff.
Oh.
It's a good movie all the way through. Daryl said he likes Catch Me If You Can. Catch Me If You Can is pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, Catch Me If You Can is a true story.
That's the one about the check, the guy that wrote
Yes.
fake checks.
Yeah,
Leonardo DiCaprio,
he was in the and that guy actually got with FBI.
and helped him.
Yeah, and helped him in a lot of things you see today. He invented how to catch
Dude,
fraud.
some of some of them true crime shows, they tell you too much information on how to commit these crimes. Did you know if you take Aquanet hairspray and spray it on a fake bill, when they do that, that pen,
Mhm.
the pen test will pass because the Aquanet, certain type of Aquanet has the chemical compound that makes the pen pass.
Yeah.
So you can make
Put
fake.
your coating on it where the pin won't
Wow.
show the mark.
That was the voice of Jeff Onyx. He lives outside of Polo. Jeff Onyx, outside of Polo.
Yeah.
Check all them bills.
Yeah. I just thought that was weird that they say that stuff on TV where they tell you how to do it. It's like, are you kidding me? They shouldn't be telling that stuff.
Now, what do you think about his Da Vinci movie?
Those
seen
are
it?
actually, yeah. There's the Da Vinci Code.
What do you think
Da
about it?
Vinci. Those are pretty good movies.
You
Yeah.
like him?
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yes.
I
that's
compare those.
excellent.
I compare those to the National Treasure movies with Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
If you watch all of those together as one group, it's almost like you're watching a series that they all mesh together.
Right.
And
you wonder how much of that is Hollywood, how much of that is actual fact.
well, some of that stuff,
Yeah.
a lot of that stuff is actually real because they had a TV show, America's Book of Secrets,
Right.
that talks about those things in the Book of Secrets. So
I watched that time or two. Or what's that other guy? Brad Meltzer, Decoded.
yeah.
He jumps in a lot of stuff about the Masons and stuff like that.
You know, it's weird though. If you look at the headstones of a lot of people from Hollywood, from when Hollywood began, the silent movies into like the 50s and 60s,
Right.
almost all the actors had the Mason symbol on their headstone. Almost all of them were Masons.
Yep.
Right.
Every one of them.
Right, Denise Prodmore said sometimes they leave out key information though.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like the Skull movie. He was on a train.
The Skull movie where he was on a train.
Steven Seagal movie. He was on the train.
Oh, Seagal. I get what you're
Oh
saying.
man.
Yeah.
Anyway, on Deadly Ground. No, that's not it.
No.
Anyway, when he made that bomb for the microwave, you can't make a bomb like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they took out the parts where it actually showed, the lighter fluid and the scouring pad they put on there.
Right.
And, you're like, what is that? But they took out. the
You
other
see
parts
some of
it.
these movies and you're like, they're not showing
Yeah.
like what they should be. I mean, they're not showing it because I know people will try to make that stuff. You could get that stuff on YouTube, by the way.
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, YouTube's more informative than a lot of Hollywood sometimes.
Yeah.
As a guy that's blown things up before, where I worked on a rock quarry playing with ammonia. I mean, that makes a big ass boom. Okay.
Yeah.
And when you're blowing rock, you ain't doing no pump. When you're blowing rock, you got to blow it because it's, when you see it on TV, you're like.
Well, I mean, I remember science class back in the day
Right.
in high school. You could in middle school and high school, they used to teach you how to do different stuff like that. We used to shoot off rockets in the center of the football field.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like part of the science class, shooting off rockets, and you had to make your own rocket fuel out of these different chemicals
Oh, wow.
in
Yeah.
the chemistry class, science class.
I can see you doing that.
Dude, we made lightning strike in the middle of the football field for homecoming just to mess with the football because we weren't into football. This was in Texas. We were not into sports. And we made lightning strike.
Wait a minute. How are you from Texas,
Texas.
and not into sports?
Oh, because I grew up in Texas, I broke my tailbone playing football. One of my own teammates hit me in the tailbone during a practice game when you're not supposed to be hitting somebody in the tailbone. After that, I was like, this is stupid. You people are idiots. I hate sports.
Yeah.
You skipped over the whole thing that we made lightning
Is
strike.
that why you moved from Texas?
No, I moved from Texas. Land's cheaper here.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
Dean Cerny, all capital letters on mine. He says you have to put cookies in a microwave to make a bomb.
That's your thing.
That's yeah. And I could testify right now.
That's how Richie. I mean, that's how Justin said you'd go out. You'd
Yeah.
go out microwaving cookies.
If I'd have went instead of 3 minutes, if I'd have went 3:01, we might have had a
Well, you
situation.
remember-
Oh, really?
Yeah, I went 3 minutes.
You remember Joe? He was here.
Yeah.
When he first met his wife, he made her food and burnt down her kitchen. Like he was making her food, burned down her kitchen, and he worked in a restaurant and stuff. So he should have known what he was doing. And then they rebuilt the kitchen and stuff like that. So when the cookie story, I told Melissa the cookie story earlier today.
Yeah.
Your cookie story. She's like, "What? Is he going to be hanging out with Joe, burning down the kitchen?"
Hey, $52,000 later, I learned you don't put raw cookie dough in the microwave.
See,
It only cost me $52,000. I mean, I guess I got off cheap.
Yeah.
Whatever.
52 grand.
All right, here we go. Let's go another movie here.
Microwaves are expensive.
Yeah, this one was, yeah. Yeah, I had to get a fancy one. Ding, ding. Oh,
Damn.
yeah, next one I'm buying. She bought this one. Next one I'm buying. This one has got the ding, ding, ding. Someone's going to get some Tannerite stuff
Hey,
in it.
at
to keep
least
it up.
the next one you buy the new one. You can put metal inside of it.
Did you
Right,
did you ever
yeah,
see that,
yeah.
that thing that said why do women spend so much time in the kitchen? Because they're always carrying around milk and eggs anyway.
I'm sorry about that, guys.
Oh,
Sorry about that.
Oh,
All right, here
that
we go.
wasn't on the menu.
True Grit. The movie True Grit.
yeah.
John Wayne version or Jeff Bridges version?
Oh, John Wayne.
John Wayne.
John Wayne.
You think so?
Yeah.
But I won't put down Bridges. That the girl that played the part in there.
Yeah.
Oh, she played it.
fantastic,
Oh
yeah.
man, she was awesome.
Yeah.
They made a TV channel called Grit now.
Mhm.
It's all that.
I did not like
Stuff.
Matt Damon in it.
Uh-uh.
I used to like Matt Damon for the record. His Jason Bourne movies were off the charts and good.
Yeah.
But when we started talking that crap, he was going to move away if Trump got president, and he
Yeah.
didn't move. He's a 2-bit liar. I've been waiting on his house to come up for sale, and it ain't up for sale yet. Okay. And there's like 36 other celebrities who are lying sons of bitches that didn't move either. Sammy, I like Samuel
Did you ever
Jackson.
see Team
a
America
liar.
World Police?
He's a liar.
You ever watch that Team America World Police?
No.
They're puppets. They're like, America, fuck yeah. Anyway, so the Matt Damon character in that, he walks in the room, his puppet walks in the room, Matt Damon. That's all he says is Matt Damon.
Yeah, so
Matt
didn't like that.
Damon.
Jeff Bridges did good. The reason I brought this up because people are debating John Wayne, want to take down John Wayne's statue.
That's stupid. And they want to rename the airport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That airport was perfectly named for John Wayne, because if you've ever flown into John Wayne Airport, it's like a steep in and a steep out.
What people don't know about John Wayne, and I'm not a John Wayne fan, I'm a Clint Eastwood fan, but I'll give John Wayne his due. Here's a true fact about John Wayne. He was getting ready to make a movie once. He read a script. It's kind of a mediocre movie, but he would have made it great. They didn't want to cast any black people in it.
Oh.
They came in and interviewed. John Wayne said, if those 3 guys here that want to be in the movie, if they're not cast in it, I'm not doing it.
Huh.
They called his bluff. He walked out of the son of a bitch.
There you
Yeah.
go.
They called him 3 days later, said, okay, we'll give you concessions.
I don't think
He
he
goes-
said it that way.
Yeah, he said, yeah, that's what he said. And 3 days later, called him. He goes, well, now the price went up. Okay.
He said, if those 3 fellows over there. He said it like
Nah,
that.
I sound like a constipated Jeff.
I
Like,
almost sound like Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash. Yeah, that's more
I
Cash.
did more Johnny
By the
Cash.
way,
sorry.
you can sing a good Johnny
Oh,
Cash
yeah.
song, but
Let's hear some Johnny
if
Cash.
John Wayne was a singer, you'd suck. But anyway, so he got him on their screen there, and a lot of people don't know that, and you won't hear that. No
Yeah.
one's going to tell you that about how he did that. They want to take down a statue. And
Well, they don't want to tell you the positive history.
and the they want to take down Abraham Lincoln statue. Of
Yeah.
all people,
That one should stay.
of all people who did more for black people on the planet, this man gave his life for that, to free the slaves, the cause.
Yes.
If you give your life for the cause, come on, people. Slavery is bad, no doubt about it.
Right.
At that time, that's what the goings-ons were. Everybody was doing it. You know, it wasn't taboo. Once they discredited it, and there was no more slaves. You know, now black people ain't always been treated the same, but everybody's had problems. You know, the government of the United States has treated everybody bad.
There are
Whites, blacks, all of them.
there are 1.5 million more people enslaved currently than there were during the Civil War. The United States was the first country to free the slaves completely, and not this half-assed kind of thing,
Right.
where part of the country did it and the rest didn't.
Right.
The United States was the only country where white people fought against the white people to free black people.
Mhm.
This was the only country that did it. No other country in the world did it.
And I keep talking about people want to talk about the flags. More atrocities toward man. That's another word I learned a lot too.
Well, you're getting good at these words.
I can't spell none of them. Don't ask me to spell a damn one. But more atrocities than man has happened to the current flag right now that we got
Yep.
than happened to any other flag. We got sex trade going on. We got the government picking on poors, rich people talking crap to poor talking about rich people. Black people not get a fair shake. Native Americans, we all know they haven't got a fair shake. Chinese under this current flag, and this current flag was what established 1967, 8, somewhere in there. It's the one that we see now.
Yeah.
But since then,
So
guess who's been in office that entire time? Half of these Democrats have been in office the whole time.
Half of them have. Nancy Pelosi. Yeah. So, damn.
Yeah.
So we're gonna ban this flag. We're gonna ban the red, white, blue.
Shit, I'd like to see you try.
Well, that's just like you heard what they're trying to do at Sturgis.
Yeah,
They're trying to stop it because too many American flags and too many rebel flags up there.
I think
they
maybe
could-
they might-
Uh-uh.
that
I
ain't
think
gonna
they want
happen.
to stay the hell out of Sturgis.
They will see a whole different style of biker
I
show
think
up.
they might. I mean, listen. I was our buddy Jeff and I's got a buddy, Typhoon Panda,
Typhoon.
black. He don't like called African American, by the way. He's black man. That's what he wants to be called.
Yo.
So honor him. He's a black man. And him and I were talking at the Misfits about bikers and stuff. I was 8 years old. Might have been 7. I was 7, 8 years old when I seen the Hell's Angels. Okay, when I first met someone, I had an uncle who rode with them. Okay, my mother made the best chili around. Okay, she was famous for her chili making.
Mhm.
I was 7, 8 years old. Imagine you're 7, 8 years old and see you live in a cul-de-sac, you live in a light bulb thing in a duplex. Imagine you see 15 to 20 different bikes parked all on people's yards and in the road, right?
Mhm.
These big burly men with cut off vests. You see the Confederate flag, because we called it the rebel flag.
Yes.
Okay. That, and you had American flag, and you had Hell's Angels. You're thinking, oh crap, these great big mean bikers were all, and they were in my house talking to my stepdad, talking to my mother, they're drinking beer, pissing my mom off because she thought they were making a mess. At the end of the night, I tell you what kind of classy guys these guys were. At the end of the night, the guy pulls out this trash bag. I don't know where the hell he had it, but he had it in him. Pulls out this trash bag. They pick up all their cans. They vacuum my mom's floor. These grown men did the damn dishes in the house,
Mm-hmm.
and then passed their hat to pay her for the supplies.
Yep.
For the
Yeah.
chili they made. Okay. Each one of them had a gun on them,
Yeah.
and each one of them had a knife on them. Okay. So people talk about the Hell's Angels, this and that. I was 7, 8 years old, and when I seen them, to me that was impressive as hell.
Right.
Okay. Yes, I got a ride on one of the Harleys.
Yeah.
You can go on Facebook and you can contact my mother. She'll tell you the whole story. We broke down on the side of the road. My mom, she couldn't fix a flat as they were neck. Bikers drew by. One of them snapped his head. He went down, turned around, come back. He said, "Are you Betty? Betty, the chili lady?" She said, "Yeah." He pulled right behind our car and he sat there until help arose. Nobody could talk to her. Nobody did nothing. He pulled his bike up there and he pulled his gun and laid it across his hip. And he sat right there until we got help because it had a woman and some little kids in the car. So you tell me about it. Oh, and by the way, the biker was black.
Yeah.
So you tell me. Okay.
You know, there are a lot of black bikers.
A lot of them. A lot of hell, people that ain't none of Hell's Angels. Oh, Google's free, my friend.
Yeah,
Google's free.
That's right.
I remember my wife used to live with her family used to live with the Hells Angels back when she was a kid.
Yeah.
And then my dad used to build trikes for guys in the Hells Angels, the ones that couldn't ride a normal bike anymore.
Mhm.
They had to, because their legs were messed up or
Right,
something.
right,
and
right.
They had to have a trike. He used to build trikes for them.
Which are some of them were badass, man.
Yeah.
Uh,
Get you a Volkswagen.
April Mueller says she honeymooned during Sturgis in Custer State Park.
Yep.
What a honeymoon that would have been. Yeah.
Hey, if they're going to be changing,
1959 was a flag. The current flag, our friend John here said it was 1959 that the current flag was.
if they're going to be changing names of stuff, does that mean that we can't have frozen custard anymore?
Could be.
Custard wasn't custard. Wait, did custard fight for the North or the South? South.
He
right?
got his ass with the little bighorn.
Yep.
It was South, right? Did he,
No, he was part of one of the regulars. He was part of
from the
government.
North?
Yeah.
Well, then,
Well, there wouldn't have been North and South at that time because when they were whipping the Indians, there wasn't no Civil War.
No.
So he'd have been with the regular army.
so, but he was fighting Native Americans. He was
Yeah.
fighting Indians.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they're going to
And
change.
we had let.
Well,
by the way, we had let.
You could
people-
say he was trying to fight Indians.
So the so frozen custard won't be frozen custard anymore. Possibly. Did you hear that they were taking away Golden Girls? They were trying to cancel Golden Girls, the reruns of Golden Girls.
See, all that's. I never heard that. But
Do you
they
know
did.
why?
It's gone too far.
Because they had a scene in there where they had mud masks on. All of them had mud masks on, and people saw it and thought, "Oh, they're doing blackface."
Okay.
But they weren't. They were doing mud masks.
You've heard about the Washington Redskins. They
Yep.
got a big deal change of name. Now, for the
Yeah.
record, since I got more Indian than anybody in the room, I'm going to weigh in on the subject. The head of the Native American doesn't bother me one bit. It don't bother me that we have Indian mascots because Indians were tough. They were known as tough,
Yeah.
tribal fighting people. Don't care. We don't like to be called savages. We don't like to be called red men.
Yeah.
Okay. So they changed the name, but there's petitions going on. They want to get rid of all logos,
Yeah, that's stupid.
imagery. That's all just let's pump the brakes a second. So there's some group wanting to get rid of the show the Native Americans painting their faces because they say it's aggressive. They think they're going to war, which is far from true. Just because they paint their face don't mean they're going to war.
Right.
There's many reasons why we paint our face.
Right.
I got a design that I'm supposed to wear, and I'm going to be wearing the next fire I have, next cleansing fire. What did my tribe wore the face paint? I looked it up, did research on it, and I'm going to be doing it. So it's people are just throwing shit out there, and they don't know what
And
the
it's
hell
people
they're
who,
talking
it's
about.
people who aren't even members of a tribe, first of all, or they're members of a made-up fake tribe that's a new tribe, a new thing. Like I'm Iroquois, right?
Uh-huh.
I don't know anybody in any of the Iroquois tribes from the Iroquois Congress. None of those tribes have any problem with the Redskins. None of them have a problem with the Redskins.
No.
Not one.
Because the skin is red. That's we are both. It's a slang term
Do you know
to
who,
some people. Some people's not.
Do you know who thinks it's a bad name? These stupid
Democrats.
Democrat white liberals who have no idea what they're talking about, and they say to other people, you should be offended.
Yeah.
On your behalf, I'll be offended for you, and I'll go over
I've
there.
had
and
people tell me, "Why ain't you mad about it?" Well, first of all, I don't really care.
yeah,
They suck anyway. I don't follow them. They suck. But
Well,
they
and
got a
even-
proud history.
and even these people that are saying that now, Alyssa Milano was one of the people saying we should rename. There are pictures of her wearing the Washington Redskins jersey or
Right.
shirt.
Right.
She's running around with these shirts on.
These guys that are offended by it are saying, "You need to change the Washington Redskins name." Well, why you keep saying it?
Yeah,
Why you keep saying another one? They said the Indian mascot because it's called Indians. That's what we're called.
well, and
Indians are Native Americans.
Peop-
We answered either one of them.
bunch of ignorant people were wanting to change the Kansas City Chiefs from the Kansas
I
City
was going to
Chiefs,
get to that.
even though the Kansas City
Chiefs.
Chiefs are not named after Native Americans.
Americans. That's right. They're named after a gentleman in Kansas City. They called Big Chief, and he wasn't even a Native American. He's a white guy, but he handled a lot of things.
Yeah.
They called him the Chief because he made things get done. That's how the Kansas City Chiefs even got their name.
Right.
They brought in the Arrowhead because Arrowhead's it's for Native Americans.
Yeah.
And the stadium's called Arrowhead Drive.
But not only,
But it's not. It wasn't the name Kansas City Chiefs is not founded for Native Americans.
but Native Americans aren't the only groups of people that used arrowheads either.
That's right. That's right.
There
That
are
is
other
correct.
groups of people.
And
that
I'm
use
not offended about
arrowheads.
Arrowhead.
I'm not either.
Does Arrowhead make you? I think it's pretty damn cool.
When I was a kid,
Yeah.
my
It's the
grandfather,
loudest stadium there is.
my grandfather used to
That's right.
show us how to make arrowheads from different stones, slate, different things
Right.
like that. We'd
Right.
go out there and we would make our own arrowheads, and everybody had to make your own arrowhead. Then we
Right.
had to go out and kill something with it. Then we had to skin it and eat it
Right.
and all that stuff.
That's survival.
Yeah.
You mean tell me the Ibuki tribe in Africa? And I'm not making that up. It's the Ibuki tribe. They didn't have arrowheads either.
Yeah.
Well, I think maybe they did.
You'll
I think the Inuits Alaska. I think Hawaiian. What are the Hawaiian people? They're native Hawaiian. Somalians.
Samoans.
Yeah, they had them.
Samoans. Well, they're Samoans.
Samoans was a wrestling.
Samoans are
crew. You come in-
technically from the Samoan Islands, not Hawaii.
Well, either way, you know that whole landmass
Yeah,
over there. They hunt with them. So people just it's going.
But I'm not
it's going
offended
to
that
calm
you
down.
said Samoan.
No. Well, Somalians they were a group of wrestlers. So
Yeah.
But this taking down everything's just getting way totally out of hand.
yeah, so
Yeah.
my cousin tuned in. Hi, Bobby. How you doing? Dean Cerny still with us. Guys, share the show out.
Samoan.
Samoans. Dean, you know damn good well I can't talk.
Those are some good cookies. Those are some good cookies. Them Samoans.
Samoan
Samoan cookies.
The wild Samoans.
Where are the Girl
So-
Scouts with them Samoan cookies?
Let's hit another one. Now these two movies were back to back, 93 and 94. Okay, one's more of a documentary, one's more took away a situation of a town. Okay, here we go. Here's where Tombstone
Huh?
and Wyatt Earp.
You know, somebody said that earlier. Mentioned Wyatt Earp earlier.
Oh yeah, he said about if it wasn't for Wyatt Earp, John Wayne wouldn't have had a job.
Yeah. Well,
So you go first. What do you got?
Tombstone seemed more like the Hollywood embellished movie to me, and Wyatt Earp seemed more of a historical,
Documentary.
more of a, an account of actual events. Because there are things that were in Tombstone that didn't actually happen that way, that they embellished to make it flow better with the movie.
Yeah, they call it Hollywood. There's some things in Wyatt Earp that didn't happen that way either.
There are more things in Tombstone.
Oh, absolutely. But
Way
the
more.
best part of Tombstone is Val Kilmer.
Your Huckleberry.
Huckleberry.
I don't even think Doc Holliday probably never even said that.
Yeah, he did.
Did he?
Oh yeah.
I'm your Huckleberry?
I'm your Huckleberry. He
He
goes.
said that?
Yeah.
It's documented way back.
Way back.
Is
He
it?
sure did. And he that Vino Veritas when he's arguing with that guy.
Yeah.
That means something about wine or it's in the answers in the wine.
Mhm.
He was twirling his cup. That happened.
Huh.
Well, some things that didn't happen with him. Wyatt really didn't take him to the sanitarium. He showed up there. He didn't take him, but he showed up
Right.
there and visited stuff like that. Both of them are Hollywood drama. I think Val Kilmer played a better Doc Holliday.
Yeah.
Now here's where a lot of people get on my case. I think Kevin Costner did a better Wyatt Earp.
I believe so.
And then the supporting cast. I think the supporting cast is about even. Oh, you put Sam Elliott in something. You got a woman. You got the women right there. They're tuning in. Shut
Yeah.
up, Sam Elliott's on. Go ahead. Get the fuck. Yeah. So
And say those are two movies you'd want to see.
Yeah.
Back to back.
I
back
did
to
that
back
once.
because you have different actors
Yeah.
in both sets
Uh-huh.
playing the same part, but you get to see the different reaction the way they did it.
Yeah. Good stuff.
You got Dean
Yeah.
Cerny said Tombstone is way better than Wyatt Earp. I agree. Because I never weighed in yet. Go ahead, Carl. I'm sorry. I don't want to jump.
I agree with Dean. Tombstone's
Tombstone's a better movie.
It's a lot better movie.
It's more Hollywood.
More
vibe.
Hollywood, but that Doc Holliday scenes have lasted since 1993.
Yeah.
Everybody knows I'm your Huckleberry.
What the hell happened to that dude? My
Cancer.
gosh.
Cancer.
No.
He come back.
Val Kilmer.
Cancer.
Cancer.
He's still around though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did.
But he's all fucked up.
He messed up too bad.
Yeah.
Wyatt Earp was long. The first part of that movie, I went to sleep on. Although historical fact, Lamar, Missouri was in it and stuff, and
The Red Riders and all that good stuff.
that was all. I mean,
You said Wyatt Earp, Kevin Costner, right?
Yeah.
Does he know how to make a movie that's less than 3 hours long?
oh no, I
I
did.
mean, he's make some long ass movies.
Yeah.
Waterworld was a long movie.
Dances with Wolves.
Dances with Wolves.
That Hatfield McCoy series, by the way,
Yeah.
he rocked in that. Son of a bitch, that was like 6-part series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kevin, can you?
Yeah.
I got shit to do, buddy.
Wrap
I mean,
this shit up.
you're a good guy and all, but Christ, I mean, in our business, we just shut his mic off.
Yeah,
You're
we
done.
do flash it with the flashlight for a while.
Bounce on his
Shut
head.
the microphone
Yeah,
off.
yeah, bounce on his head.
That's funny.
Yeah. So,
But no, what she's talking about, Tombstone, right?
right.
What's really cool about that? Go down to Tombstone. All those places are still restored back to the way they were then.
Dean Cerny says Tombstone's more factual.
Well, some people say it is. If you look it up, some of the things happen in there.
Yeah, they can prove a lot down there.
Although both of them lied at the end. Johnny Ringo wasn't really killed by Doc Holliday. there's a article out that says he actually killed himself on somebody else's land. So that's kind of, you got witnesses to say one thing, witnesses say another. Of course, everything back in that day, who knows what to believe?
Yeah.
Everything back in that day. Justin said they're going to change John Wayne Airport to John Wayne Gacy Airport.
Oh,
So they only have to add letters.
yeah.
They don't have to change much.
Which that would be.
Well, you look at what they did in Kansas City, changing J.C. Nichols.
Yeah,
Parkway.
that's stupid.
That
J.C.
is-
Nichols helped build most of Kansas
Not
City.
only did they change it down there by the fountain,
Yeah.
they took that big metal plate that said J.C. Nichols on it. They took it out of the ground.
Yeah,
That's
he was.
so stupid.
If people don't know about him, he was a real estate tycoon,
Yep.
building things.
That's
He did discriminate. He was staunchly discriminative guy. Should you take it down? I don't know.
Now wait. Did
I
he-
know people make museums and they say put everything things in a museum, and I bring that up because the General Lee, somebody took it to court and said they don't want it in a museum. It's offensive. The Supreme Court, or a court, I don't know if it's Supreme Court, but a court sided with the museum, said, you want everything put in museums. Now it's a museum. You can't complain about it now.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, that movie, the General Lee, as far as a movie prop, never racist anybody.
There was General Lee at the park yesterday
Okay.
on
So
Friday.
General Lee is staying right where it is.
Yep.
It's not going to be eliminated. See, you can't have both ways.
Right.
You put it in a museum, then cry it's in a museum. That
Yeah.
makes no damn sense.
The guy that owns the General Lee, he lives around here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, Kid
Or
Rock,
the one of them. I mean,
Yeah,
the
Kid-
one from around here.
Kid Rock bought I think it was the number 2. He didn't buy the first one because the first one got destroyed. He bought the second General Lee. That did most of the stuff.
Yeah.
Kid Rock bought that because they said, you got mad at him. He bought the damn thing.
Mm.
And his band, which has black people in it, was standing on the General Lee waving. Someone was,
Yeah.
flipping off.
Well, I remember seeing Kid Rock, him and his crew with rebel flags
Mhm.
on stage.
Oh, yeah.
But
See,
you were
but
saying the J.C. Nichols guy.
Uh-huh.
People keep saying these tycoons discriminated against certain people,
He actually did.
but did he discriminate based on race or did he
Yes.
discriminate based on economics?
Or
Because-
both.
Because there are people who would say, if you don't have enough money to pay your rent, you
Right.
don't have this amount of money. If you don't
Mhm.
make it this amount of money, and your credit isn't like this, then you can't live here.
Everybody's got some sort of discriminating factor.
'Cause I
You're
used to-
exactly right.
I used to manage an apartment complex, and the people came and complained that we were not renting apartments to enough minorities. And we were like, look, everybody, regardless of who you are, you go through a credit check.
Right.
And if you can't pass your credit check and show that you make 3 times the rent, you can't move in. First thing, 3 times the rent. If you can't pass that hurdle, then you have to have a credit report. If you can't pass that hurdle, you don't move in.
Right.
That's just the way it is. And that's the way a lot of real estate folks run. You've got to be able to prove that you can pay the rent and that you're not not in debt to
Right.
somebody else.
Right. Let's say you have 3 houses. Carl,
know.
you have 3 houses.
Woohoo!
You got forms to fill out. You're going to rent these houses out. You got forms to fill out. You take off the questionnaire what race you are.
Yeah.
Because actually it has no freaking bearing anyway.
Right.
Right.
All right. You start doing these checks. Let's say you had 3 white people and you had 3 black people come up here. Okay. A black guy comes to you and says, I want to rent. You got 3 people there. You're like, you start filling through. The white people got a worse credit than the black guy. You rent to the black guy, not knowing his color.
Yep.
All the black people fail. You rent to the white guy because of credit.
Mhm.
That's a form of discrimination.
Yeah.
And you're not doing it to be mean,
Nope.
Yeah.
but you can't trust them. If they don't pay their bills, no matter what color they are, are you going to put them in there for 3 months and then fight for another 3 months through the court system to get your money?
And people use the word
You know-
discrimination wrong because everyone quote unquote discriminates in one
somehow.
way or another
They
because
do.
it's just
Exactly.
making a determination
That's
using facts.
That's right.
And if you have facts to
Yeah.
make a determination,
We're all
Where-
discriminative. Not everybody's racist. Although we can argue that everybody has some
Right.
racist tendencies. But everybody seems like they have a discriminative, because when you deal with money, discrimination
Yeah,
is a
the
key.
number one thing.
at the
Yeah.
apartment complex, the best tenant that we had in the apartment complex
Mhm.
passed his credit check, passed all his stuff with flying colors, moved in, and I didn't know that he was actually from Somalia.
Okay.
And his family were really wealthy in Somalia. I had no idea because on the paperwork we don't ask any of that stuff. We
Right.
don't ask.
Right. It shouldn't be.
You don't ask any of that stuff,
Right.
and he ended up being one of the best tenants in the entire
Right.
place.
I think the only place they should ask you if your race is a doctor's office. Because some races get treated different, not because of financial, because some people,
Well, that's
Are they blind
natives.
doctors?
Well, but if they don't know, like if the reception might know,
Yeah.
but the doctor don't.
Oh, okay. You're saying the one that picks up the report to
Right.
say, okay, this.
Here I'm dealing with a 48-year-old Native American with high cholesterol.
Yeah.
Okay, Native Americans have high cholesterol.
Yeah.
Our black brothers and sisters, they got what's the common thing? Sickle cell. They got
Yeah.
sickle cell.
Yeah.
Or age. Age is fine. So I think.
Well, I went to a doctor's office and they said, "What is your gender?"
Yeah.
And you could put anything you want.
See, I think that's wrong, and I know
You can even say other, or I choose not to mention. Come on, really? You're going to go to the gynecologist. You're going to say, I choose not to say it.
Yeah.
They're going to see if you've got danglies or not.
Right.
I'll tell you one. When we had the food pantry at the church,
Right.
filling out for second harvest, right?
Mhm.
You got a form you got to fill out to make sure they qualify. On the back side, there's 2 questions. First one is, are you Latino? Then the second question is, are you Caucasian,
Uh-huh.
black, and down like that. But the first question they ask, are you Latino?
Latino
Yeah.
or something else, Latino Mexican heritage or something like that.
I gotta
Yeah.
I gotta give it to like Guitar Center though. They send out that survey when we bought the mixer. They send out a survey for me to fill out, and they have a question: "What's your race?" And they go through all these different races, and the last thing is, "I prefer not to answer."
Yep.
So you can choose not to say.
Yeah.
But why even have it on their form?
Well, I mean, they had some detailed stuff on there that
Right.
I mean, they had races on there that I was like, what? Whoa, why did they need this checkbox in there?
Right. And another thing,
Hey, Goose, how you doing?
Get no problem with me. They didn't have that because they didn't do tough. They were doing problem like me.
what the hell's this?
What's Goose doing?
I can't even see him. Where's he at?
Are you on?
Are you there?
Can you hear me?
I got interrupted by Goose.
You know, maybe he pushed a button on his phone.
Maybe he checked the gender wrong or something on his cell
Yeah,
phone.
wrong gender.
Yeah, he don't have his camera on. He's just checking.
Yeah. Well, anyway, keep going on here. Doctor's office, yes.
Oh, I can hear you.
No,
See ya.
we can't see you. What's up?
She's got a dog.
You don't need to see me.
We can't hardly hear you either, you sick fuck. What's up?
You got a dog.
Well, that's because you have jizz in your ears or something.
What's up, brother?
He butt dialed.
I must have had.
Oh,
Well, we're
not
talking-
much. So, I guess
Best
they're
tri-
going to change the name of John Wayne Airport to John Wayne Gracie Airport.
Yeah, we already.
We already said that.
Yep.
You're behind.
You're behind. Yeah. Give it best True Grit. One with John Wayne or Jeff Bridges?
I
Which one?
couldn't hear because for some reason, well, honestly, it's kind of to me, it's comparing apples to oranges, man.
Well,
Like they both were great in their own right, but
Yeah.
you can't beat the original.
no, not in this not in this case. Not in this case.
The original.
Well, got a few lists there. I want to do one more. Okay.
One more.
And while you're on here, brother, you can help us out with this. The movie series Lethal Weapon. Okay. Did you like the movie series better or that stupid ass TV series?
Okay,
All right. Which ones? Did you like? There was 4
Movie.
Lethal Weapons. Yeah, and the TV series. Did you even watch the TV series?
I never even saw the TV. I didn't know I haven't.
I
Yeah.
watched it
I
because
watched it.
I was a Lethal Weapon fan. It sucked. It sucked.
Mhm.
Oh, the other one I had for you. I forgot about. I remembered it.
the movies all the way. The TV series was stupid.
It was dumb. Here's the TV series right now that I'm all up in arms about. I'm pissed off. I feel bamboozled. I feel cheated. I feel swindled. Walker Texas Rangers coming back out. They got a TV series of Walker freaking Texas Ranger, and Chuck Norris ain't got nothing to do with it.
What the hell?
It
And
ain't
some
gonna
of
be
the-
no good.
Did
some of the
Richie's
other
brain just start buffering?
Yeah, some of the other characters in it are not even about the original characters.
Like what Waco? That's a series that
I
I'm
mean,
like,
he goes.
that's
It's
stupid.
supposed to be. He goes deep undercover. Walker.
Yeah.
Goes deep undercover, comes back, and things have changed, and
Nope.
lives with his brother, and that's just that's
Stupid.
dumb. And
Yeah.
Chuck Norris ain't got nothing to do with it. He so.
That TV series Waco. That is
I
so
never-
lame.
I never watched that.
It's the David Koresh thing,
David Koresh.
Right.
That guy was.
and they talked about the Ruby Ridge thing a little bit on there. So they had the David Koresh thing and the Ruby Ridge thing a little
I
bit.
see. I see. That's where. Yeah.
Yeah.
The FBI ain't exactly the
That's
smartest
kind of
people on the planet either.
retarded.
Well, they made a whole series, a whole TV series about it.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
you
stupid.
guys just joining us. Thanks for joining in. We're
That one
here
actually
with
was pretty good.
we're here with Carl Albertson in studio. We got Justin online. He just figured out how to run his computer from the house. He coming off his NyQuil high. He's joining us. Got the sound guy in studio. Jeff Onyx is here. Got a couple visitors in the studio tonight with us. We got Joni, Jeff's daughter, and then we got the pastor over here. He's making sure that I keep in line here. You know, he'll thump me in the head with the Bible or something.
Yeah, they started off talking about
turn.
the Ruby Ridge thing and how that was a big debacle, and then the reasoning as to why the whole Waco compound, the Branch Davidian compound, went down so long.
Right.
Joni says hi.
Hello. Where was you at? I didn't see your comment, or maybe I did.
Hi, Joni.
He commented to me
All right. Well, we're gonna
or to the messenger.
since you're here on the air here, where it's 17 minutes past the hour, top of the hour. Want to give a shout out to our friends
What?
at Misfits Bar and Grill for having us in there. Man, what a great time they had. We want to talk about Warrior Fest, November 6th, November 7th at Misfits in Blue Springs, Missouri, on 7 Highway. We got comedian and sound guy Jeff Onyx is going to be there. One of the comedians. We have confirmation that Typhoon Panda is going to be there.
Typhoon's going to be there.
So he's going to be there. He'll probably have one of the late slots. Like I said, Jeff's going to be the sound guy
Uh-huh.
right now,
And I'm going to perform.
and he's going to perform absolutely. Damon Tater Spray, we're kidnapping him. David Scott, Petty Murphy, Noble Freeman, Moesha Williams, Character Williams. This lady, something else with her skits, man. She's just flat awesome. Richard Montano and
Montano.
Montano, whatever his name is, and James Riley, Mr. Weed Guy himself. He's going to be there to talk about it. We're going to have a mystery box. Obviously, that's our thing. We give that away during one of the intermissions. We're going to have 50-50 raffles on both nights. It's $10 a person a day. Our band so far, Mixology, Reality Becomes, which rocked the freaking house, man. These guys.
Yes, they did.
Did you see that? How'd you like that dual drum set that they were going on? He was the lead singer playing the drums and the drummer. Wasn't
Yeah.
that so cool? Wasn't it cool? That was cool. Kingfisher, Rosenbridge KC, and Agony Inc. Are friends from Arkansas are coming all the way up here.
Arkansas.
And Justin's working on a potential another band, and Carl threw in we might have a couple. What's the technical term? Midgets, little people band.
Little people band.
Little people band. Probably there. So stay tuned for that. But
You can't call midgets anymore?
who knows this day and age?
I'll call
I'll
them
just
whatever
do it.
they want to be called.
Yeah,
You
whatever.
guys know Bridget?
Whatever.
Bridget the midget?
So
Bridget the
got that
midget.
going on when November 6th, November 7th, Warrior Fest. Come check it out.
Misfits Bar and Grill down there in Blue Springs.
That's right, Blue Springs, Missouri,
7 Highway.
on the 7th Highway.
7 Highway.
All right, and
Well, you want to do this
yeah, let's do the
DIY?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's give it. Now I haven't seen this.
Okay, you haven't seen
I
that.
tried to peek, but
Justin sent this to me earlier today.
we
So here we go.
Oh.
okay.
They had one job.
Yeah. Is that a place where they didn't read instructions?
How in the hell do you need instructions? A hole goes with the hole. I mean, that's self-explanatory.
No,
when,
I've
when
done
the
that.
lid comes down, the hole's over the hole.
I bought a toilet one time from the Restore, and the holes were sort of cattywampus, a little bit crooked. So when you put the toilet seat on, it hangs over a little bit off the side.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so
That right
irritating.
there is when if you take a dump, oh no, clean up aisle 3.
Mhm.
Clean it back. Bring me the Vicks. I ain't cleaning this shit up.
They wanted to make a better seat.
I've got one. I've got a toilet seat like that with the wood, but I mean, it's not flipped the wrong way. It's flipped the right way.
See if there was anything else in that picture.
Now, can you imagine?
Who sent this to us? Who was it?
Justin sent that to me.
Who, you don't know who sent it to him?
Mm-mm.
You still there, Justin?
No,
No.
he left.
If you're trying to potty train your kid to pee into the ring there, and then pee through the ring into the back of the toilet,
Well, you can't get accused of leaving the lid up.
yeah.
I wonder if John Whitworth sent that to us. One of our.
Yeah, trying to teach him how to shoot straight. There you
I was
go.
like circus peeing. You got to go through the loop and down around, and it comes. Oh wow!
There you go.
Yeah, we'll take that one off. But I got something else here.
I put it on this way so I could hold on to these little knobs when I'm going to the
Yeah,
toilet.
Justin Woodorf, he sent that. I'm gonna give you 10 for that, Justin. That was funny. Justin, Jason, or John, idiot. John gets 10 entries to the mystery box.
John, which one are you looking for?
Oh, it's a picture I put on here that I was going to show you.
While he's looking for that, let's do a trivia question real quick.
Yeah, do that.
All right, get your fingers ready for your computers. Here we go.
My fingers.
Trivia question. Name the movie that Bo Jackson was in, written by John Grisham. Name the movie Bo Jackson was in, written by John Grisham.
You know, there's some people out there going, who and who?
That's what Google's for.
Google it, y'all.
April said that's how our kids learn to pee. That's
Straight shot.
Hey, that's one thing about
You
living in the country. I don't have to worry about none of that. Just
You know
go
what?
outside and go.
The way we taught my sons how to pee, we put Cheerios in the toilet. We would tell them sink the Cheerios, and they would
Video
pee,
game.
They would pee
Yep.
on the Cheerios.
Yeah.
And then my one son, he was like, he was autistic, so he's like, they're floating. I cannot pee on it to make it sink. It will never sink. So he grabbed the toilet paper and threw it in the toilet to sink the Cheerio. I was like, okay.
I'm surprised. I thought you were going to tell me one of your kids tried to eat the Cheerio.
No, he peed on the toilet. He peed on the toilet paper, and then he threw it in the toilet.
Hey, Aunt Shirley. How you doing, Aunt Shirley? Welcome. Again, guys, the trivia question, you answer that.
Kids are
That's
smart.
worth 10 entries into the Mystery Box Challenge. Name the movie Bo Jackson was in, written by John Grisham.
John Grisham wrote it.
That's right.
Bo Jackson was in it.
That's right.
I don't know. I'm out. I don't know none of that.
You don't watch no.
Hey, look. Goose said I'm out too because there was so much of a delay. Guess what? He and I use similar terms. I'm out.
I'm out. Yeah, that's my favorite term. I'm out.
I'm out. That's something you don't want to say when you're alone with a lady. Oh, I'm out.
No, Dukes of Hazzard. April was not it.
Dude.
The chamber. Ding, 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 ding. We have a winner.
Yeah,
Terrell Gould. Terrell gets since it's Terrell, I'm gonna give him one entry.
Terrell gets one entry.
Terrell, he's a good buddy from the VRS network. Tune over and check him out over on VRS. I think it's a bar on what? No, he's sports church. Sports church.
Yeah.
On Sundays.
Sports church.
Yep.
All right, good job. Good job.
Here's a picture I was going to show you.
Go ahead.
They finally figured out how to keep the guys in the meat aisle at the grocery store.
That's like a complete meal right there.
That's it.
You got beer, potatoes, and steak all in one thing.
It's like I'm packing up to go somewhere. That's what it looks like to me. Yeah, that's nice.
You know what? I know some people though that would use the beer to dump on the steak to cook the steak.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, we're going to do one more real quick before I get to my. We still got a little time.
Yep.
Get to my Pimp animal fact. All right, here's another trivia question. Get ready.
Trivia.
It's worth 10 more. What was the first segment What animal was on the first segment on my Pimp Facts that we started this year? What animal did I do first?
So people are going to have to not Google that because you can't Google that.
That's right. They better be paying attention to the show.
You'd have to go back and watch the previous shows. So we're going to lose a couple.
No, we're not going to lose anybody.
They're going to go back and look.
Let them do it. People that know me ought to be able to get this right.
How long ago? How long ago did you start it?
A couple months when we
I
came
know
back.
what the answer
when
is,
we
but
came
I
back in
can't
March.
say.
Okay.
I paid attention, but I can't tell
That's
you what
right.
it
You
is.
can't do it.
I'm not allowed.
John said the eagle.
No.
No.
It was not the eagle.
It was not. Is there a hint? Does it have anything to do with any kind of joke that somebody tells?
I've got a joke about this particular animal, but I haven't told it on stage.
Oh, come
Everybody
on.
here.
Well, I mean, I've heard it.
Yeah.
I've heard it.
Bear,
No.
eagle.
No. No. I see barred owl. No, that was not. The barred owl was second.
Second.
Yeah.
Bart Owl was
Bart Owl
second.
was
The one-
second.
the show before that one.
That's right. You've heard me talk about him
I know which one it is.
100 times. The hint is I cried like a baby when one of them died.
Yeah.
Wolf,
No, I haven't did nothing.
I
Wolf
know.
yet.
Ross Golden.
I might have to burn this. I have to.
A mole.
No, that was the third.
That
one.
was the third one.
Yeah.
That was that one with the
Weird ass nose. Yeah.
weird ass nose that looked like a hand.
Alexander wants to know what the question was again.
All right, Alexander. Thanks for joining us. By the way, I have a segment called Pimp Animal Facts. Okay, I read about an animal. What was the very first one I did back in March when we came back?
Bunny.
Very first one.
You gotta
Ding, 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 ding. We have a winner. John Whittorf, the Rottweiler.
John.
The Rottweiler was the very first animal I did. That's
Yeah.
my favorite dog, and that's my.
I remember that.
I had one. I had a couple of them died, and
Rot
one that broke my name. Yeah, that's right, John. Damn, John, you got 20 now.
Rottweiler.
And
Somebody,
Denise came in right after at the same time and said dog.
yeah, but it had to be more specific because
Because the animal was raw. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
All right, moving right along. So,
got to be specific. Because if you said what bird, I mean what animal, and somebody said bird
yeah.
and it was eagle, that
Well,
wouldn't have made it
Well,
either.
John obviously pays attention. That Ross put bunny on there. Look like a man Ross that puts bunny facts about. The hell, that's the hunting season.
Rabbit's good meat.
Rabbit is good meat though.
Um,
Dog is too, by the way. I had a friend that used to talk about his in-depth dogs. Again, we're here with Carl Albertson. He's in the studio. Our sound guy Jeff Lonnie's behind the mic here. We're
when
trucking
you-
along without Justin. He
Under
out
the weather.
ill. He's under the weather. We'll say under the weather.
he sounded sick.
Yeah, he did. He really did sound sick.
He's got to get better so he'll
Yeah.
come
Um,
with us Friday night.
Friday night, July 10th. Woe Entertainment is dipping our toe in the paranormal business. Myself and Justin, Justin's going to probably do the hosting. We're going to be with our friend Carl Alberts and a huge team. We're going to be at an undisclosed location. It will be live. Okay. And we'll cover the time in just a second. It will be live. I'm not guaranteeing you'll see an apparition or whatever, like ghoul or anything, but tune in. You know, we're going to have people on there. We'll do interviews through the night of different people there. Justin, myself, Carl, whoever's on the team. We're going to do some investigating to see what's real and what ain't real. If there's something or if
It's
there's not.
explained or unexplained.
That's right. And so, Carl, that's what Carl dabbles in. So, Carl, please inform everybody what's going on and at what time.
Okay. Friday night at 7:00 Central Time. We'll start broadcasting on the WO Entertainment Facebook page and on their YouTube page. So make sure you check out the YouTube. 7:00. The interviews will keep going on as long as we in the area where we can capable of getting internet and stuff. If we log off, just keep watching because we'll get back in the area and log right back on. But we're going to be doing this Friday night from 7:00 until about 2:00 in the morning.
2:00 in the morning.
Well, I'll tell you after the show. We had some experiences. I'll tell you all about them.
We had a bunch.
Tell you about them.
Okay.
Some really freaky stuff.
And
April said something about, I got you free advertisement on a military podcast that was discussing suicide and active duty sailors. Let's change gears for a second because that's what we do.
right.
We
Yeah.
deal a lot with suicide. Jeff Onyx, the founder of Comedy Vets, That's one of his main things, is suicide prevention. Here at World Entertainment, we do a lot for suicide prevention. Normally, Justin covers this after the show, but April, first of all, thank you very much for that. 22 a day, and now that the COVID's come out, I've seen numbers now that says it's 35 a day. Well, it was always 20 with 35 anyway, but now people are starting now it's 35 a day because of the COVID thing. It's a lot of people have no idea about what we do, what we're trained to do. They amp us up, gear us up in one way, then they send us out. They just send us back in civilian life with no ability to cope with what we've seen or no way to race in their head. Some people some people drink, some do drugs, some can't handle it and off themselves.
Yeah.
Jeff, you had a very good friend.
Yeah.
Tell us a little about your friend and what happened.
Well, I'd only actually known Squirrel for a short period of time. Like, we met at one of the events that I was doing, and this guy was the most outgoing, the happiest guy I'd ever met. Like, he was so outgoing, and he was into suicide prevention, and that guy one day just went down that rabbit hole, alone, and didn't come back. He ended up committing suicide, and that's when we started focusing more on the suicide prevention thing, because how could somebody that connected and that put together go through that kind of thing,
And the line of work we're in, comedians, that's one of the highest suicide.
Yeah, we got a double whammy.
Yeah, we got a double whammy.
Veterans and comedians.
And if people don't think it hits comedians, one of the greatest comedians ever walked, Robin Williams.
Yep.
Committed suicide.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have thought that about Robin Williams.
Well, see, I often say
he was in his 60s. He was almost there.
The biggest threat to life, from what I understand, is isolation. When you isolate yourself from other people, then you get in your own mind.
Right.
Then you start going places you shouldn't go.
That's what this COVID
has been. Yeah,
it's been isolating you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But also, with the isolation thing, the other part of it is that not only isolation, but when you're in the military, you're buddied up with people. You have a platoon, or you have people you're with all the time. A brotherhood. You're with them all the time. And then when you get back into society, you went from being told where to go, what to do, what to wear, how to act, all this stuff, with other people who are told the same thing. When you get to civilian life, all of a sudden you have to make decisions about what to do. That's why a lot of people want to go to prison, and when they get out of prison, they're called
institutionalized. They're institutionalized.
Right. Yeah.
The thing about veterans,
that's why veterans sometimes re-up.
Get back in. The reason they can't focus out here is because veterans and regular civilians don't think alike.
Yeah,
nope.
They just don't. And that's not. I'm not knocking the veteran. I'm not knocking the civilian. We just don't think alike. They train you. They train me how to kill. Train you how to kill.
Yeah.
Lots of civilians go all their lives not knowing how to kill anybody. Couldn't kill a bug.
And our thought process is a little bit different. Our humor is a little bit darker and a little bit twisted, a little bit different.
Most veterans are not afraid for aggression. If somebody yelling and screaming, I'll run right in there and see what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
Can I get involved in this deal? So they don't do that.
Yeah.
But they don't teach you that.
Yeah.
They teach you how to pee, how to tie your shoes, put your socks, but they don't teach you how to deal with things. And our way of doing it is with your gun, and boom, there's the enemy, kill it.
Right.
Okay. So Jeff and I, we tell jokes, and we gear. If you've ever been to one of our shows, and Carl, you haven't, but you're getting ready to see it on a different level now. We do a lot for the veterans. We give away free stuff. Sometimes we let them in free. We have veterans as comedians that tell jokes. And some of our conversations, it ought to be recorded between you, me, and Richard, David, Typhoon, all sitting around talking. Man, that's comedy gold.
Yeah.
But we all got the same thing in mind. Any day now, any one of us, the things in our head like that.
Yeah.
We don't.
No, and even people who weren't in combat or sent overseas.
I was getting ready to say that. There's people,
have seen and experienced things that a civilian wouldn't experience. Now,
the teenage.
I never went overseas, but I'd seen.
Well, it doesn't. You don't have to go overseas to see it.
Some stuff.
Friendly fire got me worse than the combat got me. Okay, the teen suicide rate in this country is unrivaled to anybody.
Well, look at our
I mean,
small county.
We're only a tenth of the population, right? But there's a whole hell of a lot of teens out there.
Yeah.
That number, I don't know what it is a day. If somebody can look it up to you, I'll give you 25 pictures into Mr. Box. If you guys can look it up, let me know the teen suicide rate
Well,
a day.
in school, you're being told
But
you're just a random act.
It's-
You're
Yeah.
just some random thing disconnected from the rest of the world, and everybody's evil and everything's evil around
but
you.
the teen takes on everything. They think about everything. They worry about how people feel. They're dabbling into politics. Not even old enough to really, people want to give these teens a voice.
Yeah.
Boy, I think that's wrong, guys.
Yeah.
I think it's wrong to give them a deciding factor voice because their brains ain't even mature.
Yeah, they're not developed.
They don't know,
properly yet.
man. A lot of them can't even figure out how to run the shower. You know what I'm saying?
I've seen kids. I've seen kids freak out over a zit.
Right.
You got
Yeah.
a zit on your face.
A veteran, we're like, pop and go on.
Yeah.
That's it.
But, and I'm not dogging teens by any means. My wife and I had 4 kids. Each one of them are different. They all get different personalities. The teen suicide, and we need to put on a show for some teens
Yeah.
and do like a teen suicide representative, something like that. No, we do a lot for vets, but that number is just incredible in this country.
Yeah.
How are we going about fixing that? The Congress is doing nothing for this.
Yeah.
Just like they're not doing anything they give us a number to call for veterans. It's guys like you, me, Will C, Typhoon, some of the other guys we get involved with, Longhorn, Carl, you, Richard. It's guys like us, the VRS network, all them guys on there who reach out to the veterans right there to make this possible for veterans that don't do that. We shut down a show last year or 2 years ago. A friend of ours was on here and he said, guys, I need help. I can't do it no more. We shoved our topic aside. We focused on him, right? Everybody showed him love and brought him back from committing suicide. Sad thing is 3 months later, he died of a heart attack.
Yeah.
Okay. We felt so bad about that. And his wife needed a little help. She was a proud woman and she's a fan of the show and she stands on her own feet. She said, I need a little help just to get me started. We had a telethon for her. It went all damn day.
Yeah.
Raise money for her. So I've seen it. I have seen what we're capable of doing. So I guess our message to you is if you're feeling like committing suicide, man, that ain't the answer.
There's a number right there.
Denise Pridemore said 132 teens per day. 132 teens
There's
per day.
the crisis line number right there
Well,
on that can right there.
right. I don't know if y'all can see this.
You know, I sent Justin an overlay for that.
Yeah, he hasn't sent it to me yet. I'm
We
gonna
need
have
to get that over
number
Yeah,
and make
we
one.
do. Actually, we do need to get that somewhere on there.
But for all the people listening, I see some new names in here.
Oh, absolutely.
Every
Thank you
once
for
in a
joining,
while.
by the way.
That's what WO Entertainment and Veterans Comedy is all about.
Comedy Vets. Yeah.
Comedy Vets, excuse me, is all about is where the money they make off of these comedy shows and everything goes to help veterans.
Yeah.
None of
we
us
just
get
brought
paid.
We brought you in now. You got to see.
Yeah.
There's no money going in our pocket.
No,
This money is doing what we say it's doing.
That's right.
And
and it goes
What-
out to the veterans.
Well, and also we've got the outpost survival thing that we try to do every year, where we get veterans to go out and do survival weekend.
are we going to be able to do that because of COVID this year?
Because we're going to be outside, we should be able to do it. But the point of that is to buddy people up, connect people with other people,
Mhm.
to get people connected, so that way you have somebody
Right.
that you feel comfortable with calling up, or even somebody you feel comfortable with saying, "Hey, I noticed you haven't been online lately. Are you all right?"
Right.
You know,
Something happened to me the other day. I wasn't thinking about suicide, but I was on one of the shows, and my mind just went. What happened was I had a PTSD reevaluation. It was an hour and 30 minutes long. Okay, we had to walk down memory lane again. All right, I got in my head a little bit. It kind of brought up some feelings that I pushed back and did some things. I was watching the show and I said, guys, I'm not feeling right in my head. Don't a dog ahoy. That's my Cherokee when I sign off. Man, I had people. Jade was one of them. If you don't know Jade Lopez, guys, check her out on VRS Network. She's a veteran herself. She contacted me with people asking her, "Hey, how's Pimp doing? How's Pimp doing?" People were private messaging me. Now I was in no danger of committing suicide, but they still reached out and seen how I was doing because I was in Mohead. But it was a PTSD reevaluation. It just went down memory lane. I just didn't want to deal with anything else. So, and I appreciate that. And that just goes to show you how effective things like this are. So kind of get away from it a little bit. But if you got a problem out there, you need to talk to Jeff. Jeff, you can talk to Jeff, Carl, myself.
Right.
If you're a religious person, there's lots of churches around who love to sit down and have a conversation with you. If you're whatever, if you're fishing, fish your heart out, fish till you fall down. I don't care. Hunt, whatever, if it's season. Do something to get out of your head, because that's not a place to be. Jeff, you hit a good point a while ago. There's people who go to jail because at least they might be in jail, but they feel safer.
They feel safe.
Believe it or not, people feel safe in jail because they're institutionalized. They got
Right.
people telling them what to do and structure.
And they're not alone, and they're always
Right.
watched, and they're always,
Yeah. And
people are always keeping an eye
I'm
on
not
them.
ever telling anybody to go to jail
Yeah, don't do that.
No.
Yeah. No.
because that does suck, but people know why to do it.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, we're going to change gears here. Back
And like
to
Daryl
switch
Witt
gears.
said, if you're laughing, you're not crying.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're laughing, you're not crying. I'm proud of that saying. I got that on my T-shirt.
Well, you know what's funny is we had the Help Veterans Laugh, Help Veterans Survive thing, and you translated it, redneckified it.
Yeah, and it's basically the same thing. All right, we're going to do Pimp's Animal Facts. All
Well,
right.
I'm going to step away from the microphone
step
while you
away.
do that,
Yeah, give me a water, please.
because if you're going to be talking about this, I know way too much about this topic. I know what topic it is. I know way too much
You
about
ought to know. I mean, you're part of the production crew. So.
Yeah.
All right, today's topic, and I'm not going to try to say the scientific ass name for this thing. Let me see if I can butcher it. Lumbricus terrestis.
Close enough for me.
Whatever. We're going to just call it the nightcrawler. Okay, the nightcrawler. And it's fishing season, and I see a lot of people fishing, myself included. We're going to talk about this. First of all, this thing is an invasive species. How it got here, no one really knows. But I guess they figured out it wasn't from here. I don't know. Thank you, sir.
It wasn't from here.
I guess not. It says, here we go. Because it's widely known under various common names, in Britain, it's primarily called common earthworm or lobworm, L-O-B, lobworm. The name is also applied to a marine. Well, I almost slapped somebody. In North America, the term nightcrawler, you idiot, is also used. In Canada, it's called dew worm or granddaddy earthworm. Them damn Canucks. In several Germanic languages, it is also a variant of rainworm. For example, a German is called a rainworm, or in Danish, it's storrigum. Storrigum means large rainworm. In the rest of the world, many references are just a scientific name through the occasional reference of the above names. Now, if you'll put that picture up here, please. The first, you got it right there. Yeah. Kingdom, Animalia, class, Clotilia. That's wrong. It was discovered in 1758. I don't know. Surely, I mean, it ain't nothing been around since then. I mean,
I was gonna say.
figured it'd be around since then. Maybe that's the first time they gave it its name. Okay. This is a form of temporary deep burrow. It lives in temporary deep burrows. It comes to surface to feed, as opposed to burrowing through soil for its food, as most earthworms do. An unusual habit of this species is it pulls leaves into its mouth, or into the mouth of its burrow, where they particularly decay before being eaten. So they'll pull the leaves in, let it decay, and they eat it. I guess that's they're pudding.
Mm-hmm.
They're pudding. While then generally fed upon the plant material, they have observed feeding on dead insects and feces. So worms do eat shit.
Don't eat worms.
Yeah, don't eat. No. They have a wide range of uses, but common in the fishing industry. Common in the fishing, $1.7 billion are made off nightcrawlers in the fish industry. Who the hell spends $1.7 billion on?
Can't go out and move a rock and lift it up.
No kidding. I mean,
Rainy morning,
damn.
go out and pick them up.
We're in the wrong business. $1.7 billion of nightcrawlers sold for fishing industry. My Lord. In parts of Europe, notably Atlantic fringe of northern Europe, it is now locally endangered due to predation by New Zealand flatworm. So they got flatworms that eat night crawlers that eat shit. Okay. And the Australian flatworm. 2 predatory flatworms accidentally introduced from New Zealand to Australia. How do you accidentally introduce a worm? That yeah.
They brought it over here and said, "Here's the United States. Enjoy."
Well, yeah, these are other countries too. And a little bit longer here. These predators are very efficient earthworms eaters, being able to survive for lengthy periods of for no food and still persist even with their prey has dropped in unsubstantiated low populations in some areas. This is having a seriously effect on the soil structure quality. The soil erosion and organic material mixing previously done by the earthworms has ceased in some areas. No, the problem is 1.7 fishing industry. $1 billion. But that's your earthworm fact. Your Pimp fact is an earthworm. Get you some earthworms. I don't know what they're, or night crawlers, I mean. I don't know what they are in your area. In my area, they're like $3.50. You buy them. Although I just take a freaking shovel out in my yard and dig all I want after it rains.
You can get those and put them in your compost pile, and it'll make your compost way better for your garden.
That's right.
And then you also have bait. So you got bait and compost.
Won't go hungry.
There you go. Grow you some food.
Yes, they do carry both male and female parts. There's no such thing as a single one being a female. So, although they got to rub on each other, and get frisky.
Mm-hmm.
You said get frisky?
Frisky.
Frisky.
All right.
Get down.
Yeah.
We got 13 minutes left in the show.
13.
I'm gonna show some of these pictures you took down at Misfits.
And go ahead. And Jeff,
Well,
we'll start with you here.
I did it. It was me.
Kind of a change of pace here.
Oh, I know that guy.
Go ahead and tell me.
That's reality becomes.
I met that guy.
Jeff knows who they are. Comedy.
Why'd
you get in it?
Actually, you know what? It's really funny.
Comedy is really funny. Yeah.
Really funny. I was in ministry at a church, and my wife left me to marry.
Whoa. You
were
a minister.
No, I was in ministry at a church. But yeah, ministry. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Preaching the word of God.
I want to hear this. Go ahead.
Have you heard the word of God today? So yeah, I was preaching, and my wife left me to marry her brother. And
did you hear that?
I did.
You hear what he said?
Yeah.
And they told me.
So I didn't make that shit up.
No.
And they told me I couldn't be in ministry anymore because I was not married anymore. Because if I was the man God wanted me to be, then I wouldn't be, divorced. And I was like, you know what? That's so messed up because I didn't do anything. It wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? So, my friends would tell me, hey, tell us that story about how you're not in ministry anymore. And I would tell them. So I started telling jokes, or basically telling people the true story about that, different things. And they were like, dude, that is funny. You should tell that at open mic. Well, thank you for, my life being a tragedy is funny for you.
Right.
So I started telling at open mics different things about my ex and her living with her brother. And then that became comedy.
Nice. That's a nice story. Behind us here, there's a flag hanging up there. I'll kind of move my tree trunk arm out of the damn way.
Is that why you got into comedy?
Oh, no, I'll get to that in a second.
Flag?
No.
Why ask me the question?
Because I'm gonna ask a similar question about everybody here. We want to show that off though. That's a beautiful flag.
That is a beautiful flag.
You see information on there. Take a look at that. You like that? I'm sure they can get you one. Wow, that is beautiful. Carl.
Yeah.
You're not a comedian, but why in the industry? Why
do what you do?
Yeah, why do what you do?
Why did I get into the paranormal?
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Okay. Actually, I've had different experiences that I couldn't explain through the years.
Mm-hmm.
But here 6 years ago, I was asked to go to a location that had to be a person that worked there with them for a
Okay.
group to come up.
Mhm.
And it was very interesting. This group helped mentor me and my co-founder into making our own team.
Right.
And from there, the paranormal community, you're talking about a brotherhood, like in the service,
Right.
right? We have a very close knit paranormal group family
Mhm.
in our area.
Right. Are you a veteran?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And what was you in?
Army,
There you go. All right. So
Istanbul, Turkey for
Istanbul,
12
Turkey.
months.
that's what you got. Okay.
Army.
I chose comedy for a couple different reasons. One, it cost me less. I wasn't going to jail as much doing comedy. I wasn't beating people up. Had a ranking problem. But what turned me on to comedy, I grew up, in the Cheech and Chong era, Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor. I remember them guys on stage, man. I was fascinated by it. And I started doing impressions. It was before I started telling jokes, I started doing impressions. But I had an uncle who was probably the funniest man alive. This guy could take any stupid joke and just make it funny because of his mannerisms and the way he told it. And, he breathed through his nose and the things he did. But he had real bad stage fright. He could more than 10 people. He'd shake and he'd stutter. He had stage fright. He couldn't do it. So he taught me the ins and outs. And I started doing Cheech and Chong and doing Eddie Murphy stuff. Do Mr. Diaz. Hey boy, the whole scene he did. And when I was 8 years old, my very first impression I learned was Donald Duck. I mastered Donald Duck. I started doing ABC, singing, cussing in Donald Duck's voice.
You were cussing at 8?
Yes, I was. Believe me, my family. If cussing late is you start. You're too late. You should have been cussing earlier. But anyway, I started cussing Donald Duck. Well, I was in Des Moines, Iowa, and people now are going to figure out how old I am. I was in Des Moines, Iowa, and they always showed a cartoon before the movie. Okay, full-length cartoons before they showed the movie, right? And it was always Walt Disney. Walt Disney had his hand in everybody's pocket. Okay, and we go in there and they would do the Donald Duck part. And I'd be able to, just rattle that off, right? And so I done there. They turned the lights down. They start the movie, and Donald Duck come up, and then Donald Duck turns his head. I go, "Fuck you stupid bitch!" Right? Fuck you stupid bitch. The usher had a light. Said, "Hey!" He flashed up to the guy on the balcony. Guy on the balcony. He's like, "What?" He goes, "You got in the wrong one. You got the adult one in. These are kids in here." He goes, "No, I don't. This is PG." "No, you got the adult one." He goes, "I do not." He goes, "Donald Duck cussed." The guy in the back goes, "Donald Duck did not cuss." "No, he didn't." And they were arguing back and forth. He goes, "Play it again and watch." So you play it again, right? And Donald Duck was speaking. When he's done, I say, "Shut up, bitch." Shut up, bitch. He said, whoa, see. So now these guys are trying to figure out, did they have the wrong one in there, or is it PG or what, right? But I went to the well one too many times. I went to do it again. I went, I go, "Hey, you stupid." I was going to say son of a bitch, but he flashed a light right when I was doing it. You see my mouth? He goes, give me this like dagger look. He come up to me. He goes, "Man, get your little curly headed ass out of here before I call your mama. Get." And I started leaving, all sad. He goes, "Hey, stop. Wait. That's some cool shit, little man." Hey, what's up, man? I didn't know that was all right. Now get out of here. And I was like, dude. So then I started doing that, then, Foghorn Leghorn and Eddie, and I started doing a whole bunch of different impressions over the years. And that's kind of what got me in comedy, my uncle, and the fact I got kicked out of movie theater in Des Moines, Iowa. That's what did it.
Des Moines.
Des Moines, yeah.
Well, that was a very interesting story.
Yeah. And now I'll go back and whip the old guy's ass if he's still alive.
Yeah.
But give my money back. $1.50.
$1.50.
$1.50 is what I paid for a movie. Back in that day, $1.50 is a lot of freaking money.
You used to pay for movies?
Matinee, $1.50.
You used to actually pay to get in?
Well,
I can remember.
we're on a family show here. I mean, I don't want to.
You send one of your friends in, he pays, everybody chips in for that one ticket. And
No,
then
we did that at
buddy-
the skating rink.
And then that buddy goes in and then opens the back door or the fire escape door for you. That was back before they had them on like alarms. or whatever.
Yeah.
And then
Train them.
And then you would get in there.
Oh, I remember when gasoline was 17 cents a gallon.
Yeah. I don't remember that far back. My grandmother used to get it for a nickel. She called it push water. She'd get it for a nickel. She'd fill up a pop bottle full of it, Pepsi bottle, and drive the tractor to town and back, right? But I do remember when I was started driving, we paid 75 cents a gallon for gas.
Mm-hmm.
Man, $5 you can drive anywhere.
Yeah.
Now in a GTO, $5 didn't go all that far, but I sure made a go at it.
You got some older ones in the chat room. I got a perfect trivia question for them.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Boo.
Back in the day when fuel was lower priced, we'll say like 20, 25 cents, even all the way up to 1974, you had two types of gas. One was regular. What was the second one?
Oh wow.
And now,
Anybody in the chat room?
that's a great trick question because
There's only two types of fuel back in. It wasn't diesel either.
yeah, I know, but
John, cartoon from movie 1960.
I know the
that's when
answer
it
to that.
started, but I was kicked out of movie theater in 1978, 1979.
You got 4 minutes to answer that question.
No,
No, it wasn't super.
that's funny. Yeah, I remember going to Knott's Berry Farm in California with my friends, and one person would pay and go in, and then you go over to the side, and they would hand that stub
Right.
out through the gate, and then you'd go back in and go there, and you would show it. That was back before the computerized stuff.
Right.
So you could have like a whole group of people go in with the same ticket.
Yeah. Yeah. See, that was kids being kids. Now, my mother, and I firmly believe this, and I don't know if she's going to watch this, but go shoot my ass. My mother is the reason why clothes have them electronic tags on them now. Okay. Because her ass was a criminal. Okay.
You'd go put them on and walk out.
No. She would walk up, she'd take a pair of Nikes, right? And take a tag off some like loafers or some shit for like $10 and switch the tags on the Nikes. So you get a pair of Nikes for $10 or something, whatever one was buying. And they wasn't none of the wiser. None of these idiots behind the register knew what this shit was worth because they were getting paid. They didn't care.
No, not high test.
Right. So they'd leave with it. And she didn't. I'm telling you, it's her fault.
Yeah.
It's her fault.
Well, I learned that Knott's Berry Farm thing from my dad because back when Disneyland first opened, him and his friends used to sneak into Disneyland because back where the orchards were, they had like low fences and bushes and stuff,
Right.
and they found an area between the bushes and the fences where they could fit right in and just go straight into Disneyland and hang out in there.
Bunch of thugs. Bunch of
Nobody's
thugs.
come up with that answer yet.
I know the answer.
Do you know the answer?
I know the answer.
I know Gary knows the answer.
Well, there you go.
Nope, wasn't unleaded.
Well, because
Before unleaded.
they had regular and unleaded.
No, not in 1970. They didn't.
Huh.
They had regular, and unleaded didn't come out until mid 70s.
Because regular was leaded.
Yeah, the other one was the super leaded, but it's not called super. Hectane, nope.
It had extra leaded.
I'll give you one hint.
Oh,
It's a woman's name.
yes.
You know what's really funny is they had on like American.
Well, I had to dig for that one. Yeah,
They had American Pickers or something like that. Had that on there, and they had the big sign.
And it said it across.
Yeah,
it.
and it said now with more lead. It was like the big thing now with more lead.
Yeah, now nobody wants lead in the gas. Yeah.
Well,
Boy,
you're
they're
not-
coming up with some good
you're not
answers
eating-
on there.
Here's
Brad.
the thing: you're not eating or drinking the lead. You're
No,
not.
it's very abrasive and it cars up your engines and stuff.
Yeah, but it was the name of the fuel all across the United States. You had regular or
You know what's funny is I had when I first bought my Dart, I had an old Dodge Dart, and they would tell me that at the gas station, don't put unleaded in that Dart, run it with the other stuff.
Well, we've got about 2 minutes left to go in the show. We don't want to overlap Carl this time. So real quick, Carl or Jeff, give us your final thoughts real quickly.
Final thoughts of what?
Whatever you got to say. Hurry up.
No final thoughts.
All right, Carl, what's your final thoughts?
No final thoughts.
final thoughts is everybody just stay cool and calm. Let's get through the rest of what they're going to say this COVID crap is and everything. Some people are going back to work now, everything out there.
Yeah.
But be safe. Take care of yourself. If not, talk to somebody. Get some help.
Well said. Well said.
Bricks for
Shout
sale.
out to Patrick Mahomes, signed the richest contract in sports history, not just football, in sports history. 10-year, $503 million.
All right, rocket.
Now, so we're going to win like 15, 20 Super Bowls. All right. You guys are having a problem. Suicide's not the answer.
Yeah.
Get a hold of somebody. Laugh, cry, whatever you need to do. On behalf of Jeff Onyx,
Goat yoga.
on behalf of Justin Snodgrass, who's watching there, Carl Iverson, I'm Redneck Pimp. Thank you all for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Donut Dog Ahoy.
Later.
Donut doggy hoy. Did you say